I'm glad it works.
I know, because when I haven't used this headset in forever, and once I plugged my microphone in, it kept shorting out. I was like, oh no.
Let's go,
oh, that's the worst.
So
now, I've had that happen before where I've like loaded into a party and then it just like, I could hear maybe people for a brief second and then all of a sudden it's just nothing and then I like get kicked out or something.
Yeah, and it kept, I was trying to leave the party and it wouldn't do anything, and then it was like, left party due to a network issue. And it was like, but my game's downloading. I know the internet's working.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird sometimes. PlayStation has its moments. Is your Modern Warfare still updating?
Yeah, I'm about to
No. It said it was done, so I restarted my PlayStation. So I'm just trying to load it up.
Okay. Perfect. Let me know when you are ready, then I'll invite you.
If console sold
Did you get some swag today too?
Somebody, bro.
Yeah. Are you talking about the $100 credit, uniform credit?
I would have texted.
No, I had a box show up to my house.
A box show up to your house just randomly?
Yeah, from work.
What the heck? You didn't order anything?
Come get your Come get your
I got a hat and a Carhartt shirt. And then in the box it said it was they were sending stuff out as a like a thank you and to also be prepared for the announcement on the 23rd.
There's an announcement?
It said something about the League store, so I'm sure it's more gear.
On YouTube?
Honestly, I'll be down because I know a lot of people were bummed that we didn't get Christmas bonuses.
I don't know who I should play.
Well, yeah, I thought that was stupid to get a $25 store credit for Christmas.
Yeah, they're just
you guys are a multi-million-dollar company and you
billion-dollar company.
$25?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get that either. I was like, even if you're like, I don't know, you didn't generate as much revenue this year, you should still have enough to just like do more than $25 card or League Star card. Like you should do like everybody gets like 500, you know, I don't know, even like a gift card for like $500. It's like, hey, you guys could buy whatever you want. I feel like that might be a little better received than, oh yeah, here's $25, which I think they understand that. Hence why they're sending out all this swag and stuff, so.
Yeah. Which, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, Connie, speak your mind. What you thinking?
What did I do?
I just think that it kind of shows favoritism because look what the sales team gets. They get to go on these, they're going to Mexico. And they're doing all this stuff. Well, what about the service team? Because you guys literally wouldn't have shit if it wasn't for us.
Oh, for sure. I forgot which meeting it was. It may have been a while ago, but they were telling us how Jess had like this big meeting with all the higher ups in the company, and they all pretty much decided to refocus, like to put our department into like the spotlight. Where before it was sales, they shifted it to service, and I'm like, okay. That's good, but what does that mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean overall? Does that mean we're gonna get more tools that then we could do our jobs better? More help, more support, more opportunities to move up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish they would like, cause I hate when they just give us updates and it's just very, like, what's the word? Abstract stuff that they give us, you know? Like, oh, you guys are now, you know, our service is now. I mean, not our service. Our department is now like. In the spotlight as the main thing, that's, you know, like the main concern. But what does that mean? You know, like what's the detail? What does that entail? What are we to expect from it? How does that help boost morale? You know, like those are the things that I wish they would focus on because it's a new year. Is how do we make sure that everybody in the company is on the same vision? Because it seems like the people higher up all know what's going on, but then when it comes to us, we just kind of fed little bits of information. And that's not going to be good enough anymore because I think they're noticing that too because a lot of their top talent is like either leaving the company or just not really doing the, you know, like they're not really feeling motivated to do their jobs even better. So how are you as a company going to make sure that your employees feel like they could trust in you, trust in the vision, trust in the company overall, and you know, same with the customers. How do the customers, how are they going to be able to trust, you know, you guys as a company and, you know, that you guys are going to do the right thing? It all starts with the people up at the top actually giving a fuck, for lack of a better, like they just gotta give a fuck. I don't know. I'm just, yeah.
I don't know. Makes me mad.
It does. It makes me mad too. But that's cool that you got the swag though. I'm excited. I didn't get anything today, but maybe it's gonna show up on Monday. Fingers
I
crossed.
don't know. And so like I asked Laura, I was like, hey, did you get anything? Because I showed up home from the grocery store and I had a box from work.
Mhm.
She's like, no, did you get something? I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I have a box. It's like, it's a shirt and hat. Like, it made no sense because I knew I didn't order anything. But there's
Yeah.
like a little card in there, has Mary's name, Chance's name, a couple other people.
Yeah.
I was like, if we're getting new swag, the least they can do is give us like a $50 or $60 credit to get something, because the store's not even cheap.
Oh yeah, it's not. It's expensive. Also, you should check online. Speaking of the store, you should check the store for a $100 uniform credit. I think everybody just got it.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, because I just used it to get some stuff. That's why when you say the box, at first I was like, oh, you saw the, you know,
What do you say?
that uniform credit. But if they're also sending us other free swag, I mean, I'm cool. I like that. I like free swag, so
Yeah.
I'm all with it.
Hold on, let me give me
Do you have anything else that you've gotten from the company?
Go to Darius's.
Like any other swag in the past that you've gotten, or is this the first time you got swag?
For Christmas, I got a cup.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I know which cup you're talking about.
Yeah. I used my Christmas credit for a cup.
Mhm.
But that's it.
Do you like that cup? I haven't opened mine yet.
It's nice. I've used it and it keeps my stuff pretty cold. Like I'll put water in it and I'll still have ice the next day.
Oh, okay, so it's legit. That's good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's way good.
I don't know, I just think it's weird that my work makes us pay for
Teach. There's someone else
stuff.
that
Because
had
I've always
a-
had my
a
work
last
just
game.
provide us with the stuff.
Yeah.
No, 2
It's like,
HP.
why am I paying $80 to get a shirt for
Yeah.
work?
You died with Blitz.
I don't. Yeah, I think that's
tell
weird
them
as
how'd
well.
you
I
die with
think
Blitz.
they
Tell them
should just give us like. I want to say monthly. Monthly, they should just give us a certain amount of credits,
Tell him.
and it's like, hey, this stuff could be
Tell
used
them
to
about
buy
the
anything you
new
want from
oh
the League
my
store.
God.
Or they could even do it in a way to where they're like, hey, you receive a base amount of credits each month to use for cool stuff, but then based off of like your performance, you know, how many appointments you schedule, how many customers you help de-escalate, whatever it is,
What is cigar?
you get more points, right? So then they make it like this sort of incentive, because I feel like that's what they're also missing. At one point, they had pretty cool incentives. They had, you know, these things where it's like if you get 100% QAs, you get like free lunch and free crumble and all this other stuff. And it was pretty cool. But then once Joe took over, all that stopped. Like everything like that stopped. Mason, this other supervisor, got fired, and this other supervisor, Stephanie, or not Stephanie, what's her name?
Almost said bitches.
Oh, so it was with an S. She helped train me, but
Actually, yes.
anyway, she got fired, and they were the ones who were sort of spearheading all those incentive programs that they're doing, like the drawings, the weekly drawings, the QA drawings. So all those disappeared, and then I feel like from there they sort of like took a back step from making the employees feel like, hey, if we get a good call or we do good or the customer sings our praises, we get to get some cool stuff as a result. Like, yeah, it's good that the customer is happy, but we as employees also feel appreciated. So I'm hoping that with the swag that we're getting and the uniform credit that we're getting and all this other stuff, that they're finally starting to put things into motion to actually kick up like more incentives. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would appreciate feeling appreciated. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? Let me know when you're in Modern Warfare 3, by the way, so I can invite you.
AASD. He's flat. Oh yeah. You have to, bro. You have to. He's flat.
There we go. Let me see if I can see you. I'm gonna try to send you
Tell. Are you gonna tell?
invite. Is your Modern Warfare name the same as your PlayStation name, Connie? Or is this something different?
He's at the breach. He's at the breach thing.
CDFT is fine to...
Oh my god!
What are you?
Kill? What? No.
I cannot see you on this list, but that's probably because you haven't loaded in yet. So, no rush.
How you took damage with the impact grenade?
Split searching. I'm about to call. Wait. I'm gonna call one of the blue searchers.
But I mean, play here in third.
Nice. He died. Oh my god.
Alright, I'm gonna go eat dinner.
Calling again, I'm calling.
Are you?
Did you guys end up winning that?
Kidding me?
Seabass?
Yes!
Did you guys end up winning that?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Vito, how many kills you got?
Now you can talk. Now you can talk.
Okay.
Now you can talk.
Don't.
As long as you guys won, what's up? You serious? Oh, that sucks.
Oh my god.
Kinda, also, if you're talking, I cannot hear you. Unless you muted your mic.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go eat.
Andrew, what'd you say? What happened? What'd you say? What'd you say?
You think your headset went out again? Ooh, that happens. Do you have a wireless or wired headphone or headset?
Hold on, let me call Jordan.
Again, see if we keep back on. Sounds good. It's wired. Oh, okay. No worries. If it turns out to where it doesn't work, we could still play without it. And then just communicate through the PS app. And then I'm gonna do this.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw these headphones away. I got them for Black Friday on like a really good deal, and I can now get why they were on sale.
Yeah. Wait, did you get it from like Best Buy or Target or?
I got them from Walmart.
Okay. Walmart headphones would be good.
Oh, they're like $30, $35.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're garbage.
Anyway, I was asking, is your game is done, right? I don't know if you told me.
Yes.
Okay. Does your is your Modern Warfare name tag the same as your PlayStation name tag, or is it a different one?
No, because I lost a dare, and so I changed my name, and now I have to pay to change my name again.
Oh, okay, so once it's in the once it's in here, so then I could yeah.
Cole and Alex made me change it, so it's Hi Daddy, and I can't change it.
You can't change it back.
No.
Wait, did they change it, or did you like lose the dare, or what would you do?
I lost a dare playing a game, and so I was like, I have to change it, but now I can't change it. I have to pay to change it.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, I'm not paying the $5 to change it. I'll live with it.
No worries. I think I'm gonna have to invite you. What's up? Did they only changed the name in Call of Duty, right? Because obviously your name on PlayStation isn't. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just in Call of Duty. And I'm gonna tell you, I haven't played any of these games.
Alright, hold on. So you said Hi Daddy as in Hidaddy? Or is it spelled differently?
No, that's how it's spelled.
Okay, I wanna. And there's no like capital letters or anything, right?
No.
Okay. Let me know if you just got this request. I just sent it to you.
Let's see.
Where's the 49ers versus?
The 49ers are playing right now? Oh, good shit.
Oh, Darius is a Packers fan and his dad is a 49ers fan. That's tough. That's tough. What, boy?
Okay. I think one of those should have been it.
No, you're not, bro. You're not taller than me, bro.
Okay, let's see if anything will pop
You're
up.
not taller than me, bro.
Oh, there
I
we
just
go.
grew like 5 inches, like, as we speak, bro.
I think I see
Oh, there
you
we
now.
go.
That's you, right? Yes.
Yes.
Bro,
I just
bro,
requested
yes,
for
bro.
you
They're
to
both
join
fans
me.
of the team, bro. They're gonna be there for a while,
If
bro.
I can figure out how to use this thing. Okay.
Of both teams.
Perfect.
Third quarter.
I haven't played any of
How
these,
much
so
minutes?
if I'm garbage, I am
Oh my, yeah, bro.
very
you are good.
It's gonna
apologetic.
be like at
You are
least
good. It would matter more if we're doing like ranked, but we're just
At
doing
least
regular.
until,
I'm
like,
trying to figure out which one of
9:40,
these we
bro.
should do. Maybe real?
9:40, bro.
I should
They
just do
leave.
multiplayer. Real?
I just got spawn
Let's
peeked.
try this one out.
Angel, I just got spawn peeked.
Oh, this is
We're playing
exciting. I'm
close,
so glad
bro.
we get to finally play. I know we've been talking about it, and last time
Alright.
we got close, and then this time
But yeah.
we get to actually play
I
the game.
know. We can actually do it this time.
Right? We talked about it, we planned it, and we did it.
What do you think I am, bro?
I love that. But yeah, so how's your weekend been though, overall?
It's been good. I got out of the house today, so that was a bonus.
That is good. Yeah,
So
it's,
happy about that.
Yeah, it's kind of been the first weekend really though that I felt like everybody could kind of do that because it's either been snow the past week, 2 weeks or so, or it's been just like insanely cold. But today was still a little chilly, but not too chilly. At least earlier today it wasn't.
No, because I think it rained down here.
So Jordan.
Oh, it rained where you're at?
Yeah.
Was it like a lot of rain or just a little bit?
No, it wasn't a lot of rain.
Okay, that's good.
I was so mad though, because I freaking got a car wash and then it rained.
Oh, that's always the worst. I hate when that
Always my luck.
happens. Like I go get the car washed, then right after I'm done, either that or it snows or something, and I'm just like, oh gosh, that's just great. But yeah,
It made me so mad.
do you usually park your car outside?
No, I parked my car in the garage.
Okay, so at least that's good.
Yeah. So it's not bad. I was so mad though, because I caught my car wash. It started to rain, and then freaking the guy that was driving in front of me, his tires are wet, and he hit a dirt patch, and I just had mud just fly over the top of my car.
Oh my god.
So my entire,
What were saying?
I would say my entire car is just mud.
It's just mud? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're painting a picture for me. So you got a car wash on your way home, some idiot literally splashed mud all over your car, plus the fact that it's raining, so then you pretty much have to get another car wash. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. Ah, that's the worst. Yeah, I haven't had that,
Oh,
at least the
wow.
mud part happen. I've had definitely rain and snow, but I remember when I used to walk like way back in the day, like in middle school, maybe even early high school. I would always hate like walking on the side of this or walking on the sidewalk when it was raining, because you'd always have that idiot or two who just drive super close and just splash all the water over. That person should be dead, right? Did I kill him? Hold on. Oh, he got super close to dying. Okay, we got this.
My graphics look awful in this.
UAV in the area. The enemy took Charlie. We're taking Alpha.
I'll try to get Bravo. No way! What? Alright, somebody killed him.
Control Alpha.
And then let's
Oh.
do this.
We're taking
Alright,
Am I
gotta
dead?
go to B.
Hold on. Let me climb.
releasing breacher drone.
Have you ever heard from Dallin ever since he quit the company?
No. I miss Dallin so much.
I sort of missed the old team, yeah, how it was initially. Honestly, I think
know.
we had a lot of fun.
I just shot you. So
Oh, you're good. It's better to hear than an enemy.
scared the shit out of me. No, I haven't talked to him, and it makes me really sad because I miss everybody. Because I don't know. I struggle with my new team.
Do you think it's kind of gotten better?
For me, no.
Yeah.
I'm flashing him.
Sarah has her favorites.
Yeah.
So it sucks.
And it sucks when you like know that they're her favorites too. It's kind of like it's different if it's like, oh, you know, you sort of have a hunch, but yeah, I hear Laura kind of talks to me a little bit from time to time in regards to it, and I hear that it's very apparent who the favorites are. So
I'm the best.
Oh yeah. And I'm afraid that Laura's gonna quit.
honestly, I've sort of been feeling that way too.
She, I don't know. I wouldn't blame her if she quit because she gets so verbally abused by people. It's not even funny.
Honestly, some of these customers just don't have any. Like, I'm like, who raised you? You know, like, who made you think it's okay to talk to somebody like this? Like, yeah, you're mad about your system not working. I get it, I would be too. But like, you taking that tone on this phone and talking to somebody that you don't even know like that who's trying to help you, it's not gonna help your situation out any better.
You're sleep all day,
and it's like it's not our fault that
you sleep all day, just like
it doesn't work. It's not like we have a remote that we just take it off.
Right? Because that'd be great, you know, if we could fix your issue in a jiffy and get you off the line. Do you think we wouldn't do it? Do you think we would hold back the, you know, the answers to your questions if we had them and just be like, yeah, let me just get yelled at for no reason, rather than just to hear this person get upset and get really mad. Like, no. But it's like, obviously, there's only so much that we could do, especially because we're not the ones who install this stuff on your system, you know? And not just that.
No, bro.
Deploying mines. The enemy holds 2 objectives.
Unlike, you know, a lot of customer care agents and other people would let you believe about case management, no, we don't have the unlimited answers to everything. You know, we're pretty knowledgeable, but like, and we kind of handle billing, but we can't rewrite your whole contract, sir. We're not the ones who made you sign this bad deal, or is it?
Yeah, well, and I have customer care, like, they can schedule appointments. But they're like, the customer's mad, can you just schedule? And it's like, well, why can't you? Like, you have his information. Just schedule him. And she's like, oh no, I'm just gonna, it's your area. I'll just transfer you over.
No, those are the oh, I forgot there's this one person. I forgot who it is, and literally, they're the worst just because, like, whenever they call in, with a customer on the line, they just want to like push them onto you. Like, they don't even want to like let you like load up any of their information. They're just like, hey, this person's on the line. I'm like, okay, like, what do they need? I don't know. They just say they want to speak to somebody. I'm like, okay, do you have a case number or anything? Yeah, I'm sorry, but they just want to talk to somebody. Can I just transfer them over? And I really had to tell this person, like, whoa, wait a minute, dude, like, you know, because I try to explain to them just like, you know, what I could do and try to make sure that we're on the same page, because I've had a lot of customers to me who literally did not even want to talk to us, but because the customer care agent couldn't get anybody else to help them, they just sort of like put them on us.
Yeah.
Releasing creature drone.
I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of what it is people just don't want to do the work, so it's easier to pass it off to somebody else.
Yeah. They're like, you know, if we have 2 options, you know, the blue pill, red pill that's in Matrix, would we rather do the right thing and fix it ourselves, or would we rather just hand this off to somebody else? Blue pill, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and transfer this over and hope for the best, because they don't have to really deal with that. And by the way, the supervisor for our team let us know that besides our department, nobody else has QAs. Nobody gets QA. Like he's still like baffled, you know, that we even get QA because he's like, yeah, I didn't even know anything about like that with your department until like you guys, you know, this whole reorg happened, and then I learned that you guys get QA. Like, what the hell's up with that? You know, like none of the other departments get QA, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to be professional, but I'm also like, why do we get QA? Like, at least, okay, to that extent. Like, I understand if it's like, oh, customer facing, they want to make sure that, you know, customer feedback is very, you know, generally pleasant. But like to the level that we do, like literally where I've had weeks where I've gotten like 3 QAs at once or like 4 QAs at once. That's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's what Sarah, she's like, you're just not making enough calls. And I'm like, that's because it's like there's a lot of shit to do and you're not helping us.
Go Connie. Honestly, I wish somebody would tell her.
She's like, well, it's all teamwork. We have to work together. And I'm like, okay, you're part of this team.
Yeah.
You're not helping. You just pass it off. And then, like, I know she has favorites, because why the hell would Dagan get away with doing what he gets to do? Like, only doing 180 plus?
Between you and me, Connie, that's part of the reason why she ended up, you know, in my mind, that's why she also sent me away from her team, because I had been on her team through numerous reorgs. But I remember right before I left, I had like brought up to her just how literally hell it is at times to work with him. And I'm like, dude, yeah, he's knowledgeable, he knows a lot, but like a lot of times he presents this idea to you when he's talking to you as your supervisor, but like he's also very pretentious sometimes when he's like communicating with people, especially people who've been here longer. So I'm like, dude, nobody's saying you're not smart, nobody's saying you don't have like information and things that you bring to the table in regards to helping the process go flow better. But like the way you have of talking to like people in certain positions, meaning people who've been here longer than you, in a pretentious way, is not gonna fly, bro. Because in a company, if you wanna level up, it seems like that's his whole thing is to move on up in the company. It's not enough that you know a lot. You have to also be able to talk to people in a certain way. Because nobody's gonna wanna, even if you have the best ideas, if you don't know how to talk to people, and people don't like talking to you, you're not gonna go far. And then you're gonna see people who might not be as knowledgeable, but they are able to talk to people in a certain type of way, get far. And so I literally just had that conversation pretty professionally with him, because to me, and he was just like trying to say all this stuff like, oh, I remember this one time, he was like, oh man, this person doesn't have a quote, you know, you're supposed to give him a quote, blah blah blah, the customer's mad because there's no quote. And I literally was like, you look kind of like the doc stab. He was like, wait, what? Oh, dude, well, you know, I feel like you should have put it in another part of the case, because, you know, I didn't know, and I was just like, dude, I know you mean well, so, like, don't take this as me trying to, like, get on your ass about anything, you know, but, like, if you are going to come at somebody like that, you always want to make sure you have your facts correct, and also, again, you have to make sure that you talk to certain people a certain type of way, because you don't know who's going to level up, especially in a company as big as this. And people remember shit. People are going to remember, hey, they can talk to me or did this, and you might not even think it's a big deal. So, I'm not mad that you were wrong about this, but like, the way you came across was very hostile. And so he was all like, yeah, I'm sorry, man, yeah, he apologized. Tell me why after, you know, I communicated with him like that. This guy then ended up like pulling Sarah aside and telling Sarah a whole different story. So then all of a sudden Sarah, at the end of the day, stopped and said, hey, do you have time before we jump into a quick meeting? Also, we got a victory! Yeah, okay. But tell me why this. Before the end of the day, Sarah pulls me into the meeting and she's like, hey, is everything okay? You know, I'm like, yeah, it's doing good. Like, it's pretty busy, customers or whatever, but you know, the day's good. I paid my numbers when it comes to cases handled, high QAs, all that good stuff. She's like, yeah, how's everything with you and Dagan? I'm like, okay, I mean, it's going pretty good. I mean, I work well with him, you know, like he has a lot of good ideas and I don't have a problem with him. He's like, well, he just kind of feels like sometimes, you know, you're a little hostile to him and blah blah blah. And I'm like, hostile to him? Like, you know, I don't think so. I actually think I've been very cordial with him, you know, especially with the way he sometimes
Next month.
talks to certain people. And so she was like, well, you know, yeah, because of this whole reorg thing and blah, blah, blah. Because we have to decide, you know, where people are going to go. And, you know, she's like, I still don't know where to put Dagan. So also that's another thing, too. She made me think that Dagan was going to a different team. Because she knew Sarah was over Orange, I mean, not Sarah, I'm sorry. Laura was over Orange County. And I would be, obviously, over South Coast. And then when Michaela comes back, she would either be a floater or she would probably be at South Coast, too, as a secondary. And so she was like, I just don't know where to put Dagan, blah, blah. I was like, well, I mean, I'm going to, obviously, you're the supervisor. I would say put him to where he's the most efficient and he's able to provide the most support and do the most, because South Coast is not an easy area. I'm like, you got to make sure that everybody in there is given 110%, because if you have somebody who's only given 50 or 20 and the other given the most, then it's all, you guys are going to, you know, you're going to fall behind in this area. And Sarah knew this very well. We had talked about South Coast numerous times. So she's like, yeah. So probably the next day when she let people know, like, if people are staying or people are going, that's when she was like, yeah, you know, let's have this meeting real quick. She's like, yeah, I have to make the hard decision, and this one hurts me out the most out of all the ones I've had to make today, to be honest with you. Like, I haven't even cried, you know, for the most part, but this is the first one because, I mean, you're not going to be on my team. You're going to be blah, blah, blah. Between you and me, Kanye, I wasn't sad. But I figured that all that correlated with Dagan and everything like that. And especially when before, I don't know if you remember the Friday, when before she had announced he was going where, she had us all go on that current thing, you know, that the company is doing, and set things up. And then with Dagan, his description, he put like case manager over South Coast. So I'm like, why would Dagan say that if he's not over South Coast? I'm over South Coast. So as far as I know, there's no announcement that he's going to be over South Coast, and Sarah hasn't told anybody yet where they're going, so there's no way that he knows. Well, obviously he knew. Obviously Dagan knew beforehand, because that Friday, before Sarah told anybody, he had changed that because he wasn't going to be here on Monday, right? So, anyway, so when that happened, I wasn't mad. I was just like, okay, cool shit, I don't really care, I'm talking about that. But I thought it was kind of crazy when she had also told me that Michaela is going to be on South Coast, because I'm like, oh, Michaela trained me, and I'm pretty, you know, what's the word called? When it comes to certain things, like dealing with certain people, especially people who are like, you know, whatever, just people who, I don't know, just some people are certain type of way, I'm pretty patient, but like, Michaela is more of a, like, different person when it comes to certain things like that. So I'm like, I'm excited to see how that chemistry is going to work out, knowing Dagan being who he is and Michaela being who she is. Michaela's a hard worker. She's fucking amazing as far as I see. At least my interaction with her, I never talked to her that much. Like, sometimes I did, but I talked to Dagan more than I talked to Michaela. Me, Michaela, and Dagan were, I mean, not Dagan, Dallin, more than I talked to Michaela, but...
What is our word?
So, when, you know, that whole thing happened with the reorg, I was like, damn, that's gonna be a pretty interesting, you know, matchup there. But then when I heard that you were then going to be assigned as a dispatcher, I'm like, oh, they got this in the bag. Because no shit, Connie, like, even before that whole reorg happened, like, you're the one who was in the group chats, like, motivating people. Like, you helped made people feel like, okay, it's not just a monotonous, super stressful area of nobody knows where they're gonna go and shit's kind of crazy. Like, it wasn't that at all. You actually, you know, were one of the people that I knew even without her telling me that she was on the team, just because I'm like, she's awesome, she knows what she's doing, I know she's great to be around and great to talk to. So when I learned that you're going over to South Coast, I'm like, okay, good shit, they just made that. That's one of the good decisions that I feel like have been made with this whole reorg. Is at least they're assigning you on a few other dispatchers I've seen to the correct areas. But even now, like a month or so later, after the reorg, hearing from you, hearing from Laura, hearing from a few people on that team still, it just sounds like everything that was promised to us and told to us was going to happen after the reorg. They took 1,000 steps back, you know, and it's funny too, because I remember Joe had joined one of our group chats or team huddles one day, and he was, you know, one of the questions was like, hey, are we going to do like those weeklies where we'd, you know, have all the people in the department and the leadership would be in there and they'll give us updates. He was like, yeah, we're going to start that back up, communication is key, blah, blah, blah.
What, man?
But besides that one that they had maybe a month ago, over a month ago, they've just now been doing weeklies through emails. And I'm just like, dude, that looks so bad. You guys just push this whole reorg promising this, and that, and how it's going to help this process and give people the opportunity to move up in the company and all this. But then when it comes time to deliver, like, leadership goes into hiding, you know? Like, I don't mean to dog on Jess, because I actually know Jess. When I got hired, she was there, and I've met her in person, I've talked to her. But, like, I'm like, where the heck is she most of the time? How come she doesn't pop into these meetings and, like, give, you know, answer some questions and talk to people, especially after a whole reorg that she helped facilitate? Like, why is leadership hiding from the decisions that they've made? Of course that's going to make people question if those decisions were made hastily or they were made with any thought, because if they were made with any thought, they wouldn't be afraid to step in front of, you know, all these questions and answer them, because they're so, you know, they believe in what they did that much. But obviously they don't, because as soon as they did the reorg, they all went into hiding. All communications are now strictly via email, and now obviously they're trying to, like, vamp, you know, move up this whole thing that they got with you know, the swag and everything like that, which it's not all women doing. Like, I see the good things that they're trying to do, obviously, but like, I feel like if they wanted to really reinstill that, like, morale that a lot of employees feel like they don't have at the moment, they need to, like, stop hiding. They need to actually face some of these questions that people have about what's going on, like the company's direction. People hearing that, you know, we're no longer really doing solar, we're now focusing mainly on batteries, which that's kind of a big no-no, because already right now in the solar field that we're in, there's a lot of, like, people who are uncertain about what the future is, because it's kind of reached the point to where all the people that could have been sold solar, Connie, have all been sold solar. So where do you go now when you have all the salespeople who've gone to all these areas and done all these things? We're at that point, you know, and, you know, I'm glad that, I only know this because, you know, our supervisor and our team is pretty straightforward, and he doesn't like bullshit, and he tells us, like, this is what's going on. I've had talks with the higher-ups, and this is a big concern, so they don't know if, like, you know, he's like, we're not in a position to where the company is losing money, but they're also not gaining money, is what he says, you know. They're not gaining money, they're not losing money, but they're not gaining money. They're at, like, this point to where they're not profitable, but yeah. So that's why they're making all these budget cuts and, you know, not even reorg, but they're restructuring a lot of things to save money, because that money from the salespeople that they're, you know, that they used to get from signing up new accounts is no longer a thing, and battery replacements and all these things that they're doing will only get you so far. But anyway, that's what
I don't know. I was really mad because it's like, what was the point in us telling you we wanted to stay in our areas if that wasn't the case?
Yeah.
Like, why the hell did you ask me where I would prefer to stay just to come out and say, oh yeah, no, you're actually leaving.
Yeah.
And you're coming with me. And I was like, yay, I'm coming with the most incompetent part of the team. Because I had Kyler. And I had a brand new dispatcher.
Yeah.
And then I had freaking Dagan, who doesn't do shit.
That's what I'm saying. Besides you and Laura, I don't know why she has this affinity for people who seem like they do shit, but they really don't do shit. I never got that with her. Even when I was on her team, I was like, yeah, why is that person, like, why are they on this team? You know, because you try to talk them up, and I just feel like, ooh, they may act like that in front of you because you're, you know, the supervisor who's ultimately fucking their paycheck that they need to, you know, live on, but, like, they don't do shit. And so when I hear that about her, like, I wasn't surprised, because I'm like, dude, I saw that, because there was one point when he was my dispatcher, and it was him and I over at, was it South Coast? Yeah, and same thing during that time, like, yeah, he'll be helpful from time to time, but I'll be like, dude, like, you know. So anyways, when I hear people say that about certain people, I'm like, oh, I'm not surprised, but that's why I'm like, you know, when it was you, cool. Laura, hell yeah. And then Michaela, okay, yeah, I know. I could switch over, I think, but then the rest of them are like, okay, yeah, I mean, you're the boss.
No, it's like, Michaela's, she's got so many freaking cases that she just can't help.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to her about a case and be like, hey, I need some help. And she's like, I can't help you.
Yeah. She says,
and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, she's just like, I have so many cases. Well, I don't know what to do, Michaela. I don't know how to do your job.
Yeah. I just don't understand why they're having Jake and do less work. Like, I don't get the whole logic of that. Like I said with South Coast, and I can say this because I used to be over there. Like, everybody needs to be putting in 110% or that area is going to fall to shit. Like, it's such a big area with so much to it, and so many upset customers, and so much bullshit. Like, you can't just... I don't know. I don't know if Dagan has some sort of like embarrassing high school photos of her or something like that, hidden in his, you know, USB drive somewhere that we don't know about. But I'm like, man, this guy is.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. Like I have a girl that I train that's with me, so it's nice now I have another person in my area. But I told her, I was like, Dagan has his head so far up Dylan's ass that Dylan thinks that he is like hot shit.
Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you a story.
It like makes me so mad.
I gotta tell you a story, Connie. So there's this one time when Dylan, I was working on a case with a customer, right? And so it required Dylan to get involved because it had to do with the DSR tool. So I was doing the DSR replacement tool, and I'm like, hey, this is the inverter. I ran the tool. This one should be able to be a good replacement. Let's go. But the customer needs to pay for it. But the customer is really, really, really upset.
My purse is actually good.
I know, you know, like it's $1,500, but like they're talking about escalating it up to Costco because he was a Costco customer. They're talking about, you know, escalating it up to the proper, you know, people who work at Costco. And he was just like, oh fuck. So he was like, dude, don't even mention it. Like, we could go ahead and approve it. They don't have to pay for it. Just send them out a new inverter. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. I made sure to screenshot, you know, because with the company, when somebody says something in a higher position, if you haven't already, Connie, I would recommend either screenshotting it or saving it or just having some sort of access to it because anyways. So I screenshot it just to make sure. Because I'm like, I want to make sure that, you know, if anything goes wrong, you know, it's legit. So I went ahead and I screenshot it. I sent it to the PDT team. I was like, hey, it's good. We're good to go. Dylan gave his okay. Create the work order. They're able to do that. Blah blah blah. Get the appointment set up. Get the text, you know, sent out. All of a sudden, Dylan ended up, you know, getting some sort of, you know, with the case there was some sort of kickback because it was like, dude, this customer owes a bunch of, you know, like for the inverter, it's super expensive because it says it was a specific grow watt inverter. So they were like, it's a inverter, it's super expensive. Like, we shouldn't have approved this or something like that. So he ends up getting in trouble. And then he ends up reaching out to Sarah and he's just like, hey, or somebody goes to Sarah and then it goes to Joel and it goes to different people. And then so all of a sudden, long story short, I end up being added to a group chat with Dylan, Sarah, Joel, and somebody from Escalations, like an Escalation senior manager. They were like, who approved this, you know, for the customers? So I was like, you know, somehow Dylan was like, oh, it looks like Jermaine's the blah, blah, blah. Let me add Jermaine. So, because, you know, I don't know if you've ever been in those, but they'll be so quick to like, you know, hey, let's add the case manager. Yeah, so all of a sudden they added me in that. I'm just like, oh, hey. Yeah, looks like, you know, yeah, we you know, I approved this, and Dylan ended up saying that it was good, and I didn't throw him under the bus, though, because I hate throwing him under the bus. I was just saying, like, hey, this is what happened, the customer is super escalated, they're threatening to, you know, go all the way out, they're a Costco customer, as I said, I didn't even mention names, I said, we made the decision, the last minute decision to go ahead and approve this getting sent out without having, you know, to have to pay anything, so that we could get this taken care of. They've already been a year without their system working. and this is unacceptable. And she was just like, you know, blah blah blah, going off, and I was just like, this is not something we should have approved. This is extra money spent. The customer was already aware. The fact that they're upset is one thing to de-escalate, but we should not have, you know, given them a brand new inverter. So I'm expecting the whole time while this senior manager is going off for Dylan to say something. Connie, we're gonna be like, you know, just watching her go off in that whole flipping chat, just sitting there, and I'm like, Dylan, aren't you gonna say something? You know, I'm just thinking, no, he doesn't say anything. So then finally she's like, well, I don't know why you guys would approve this, and I was just like, well, you know, I talked to, you know, Dylan, and we both came to that point. She's like, so pretty much, you know, Dylan was like, yeah, the customer was upset, blah blah blah, and then that's when he had to come and be forthcoming or whatever. But after I guess that meeting was done, guess who pulls me into another meeting? Sarah. She's like, hey, do you have some time? So I go into a, you know, a meeting with her real quick, and she's just like, hey, that whole, you know, Dylan's pretty upset, and we're just trying to figure out why, you know, we even made this call and blah blah blah. And I was like, Sarah, you're in the meeting too, like, you know I had to make that call. And Dylan signed off on it, and he said it was okay. Like, I did all the proper steps. It's not like I did it without getting authorization from like Dylan or you. Like, I made sure that, you know, we got authorization from the right people. And so Dylan ended up getting fucking ticked, because he you know, like, Sarah agreed with me because she saw the proof. Like, she was like, yeah, he agreed to it, and I sent her the, you know, the screenshot, because that's what, I'm sorry, let me back. She ended up asking me, like, do you have, like, a screenshot, you know, because, you know, if this goes up any further, we just want to make sure that we're good. So I sent her a screenshot. She was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So all of a sudden she was like, yeah, so then she ended up pretty much backing me on that, me like, yeah, you're dealing to stand up on it, you know, Jermaine did the right thing, blah, blah, blah. From then on, between you and me, Connie, yeah, because he was super cool with me before. He never talked to me again, because he knew, like, because he tried to throw me on the bus real quick, and it's not like I tried to throw him on the bus back, but I had proof of, like, him approving something, and I wasn't gonna, you know, get into some shit, because I gave him a chance for the whole meeting, kind of, for him to come forth and just at least say, you know, hey, no, Jermaine did the right thing, and I approved it. Like, say something, motherfucker, you know, but no, he didn't say anything, so I was like, oh, you're not gonna even say one thing? I'm not gonna throw you under the bus, but I'm gonna tell my truth. Let me tell my truth. So I told my truth. I had the proof to back it up, and from there he never talked to me about it. So between that and, you know, my conversation with Dagan prior to the reorg, and you telling me that Dylan and Dagan are close, it all makes sense.
Yeah. And you know what? Dylan won't give me the freaking time of day. I don't know. None of the guys give me the time of day. They all act like, because I'm a girl, I don't know how to do anything.
That is so.
And I'm like,
because you know what's funny? They don't know how to do shit. Like, again, no offense to Dylan personally, because first, I mean, besides, like, outside of work, I'm pretty sure he's a, so this is not to speak to his character, this is just to speak to his interactions that I've had with him, our trial interactions. Like, he doesn't really know shit about shit. Most of the leadership in that company, Connie, they don't know shit about shit. If they knew shit about shit, then, like, they wouldn't be in a position where there's such a high turnover rate, or in a position where there's so many customers who are mad. Because, like, let me give you an example. How many times are we told that, hey, if a customer calls in upset and mad, and they're infuriated and they ask for a supervisor, you're expected to de-escalate and blah 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 before you get a supervisor involved. Why is that? Why would a company that's talking about, you know, customers first, and we care about the, you know, the customer being satisfied with our product, blah blah blah, if they truly meant that, why are they allowing the supervisors to be able to get out of one of the main reasons why they're even there, which is to help de-escalate calls, especially if somebody requests specifically to speak with a supervisor? It's because if they knew so much about what they're doing, and, you know, they actually deserve to be in that position, wouldn't they already kind of know that, hey, this comes with the territory, that my, you know, employees or the people who I'm supervising over, if they need anything, no matter even if I'm having a bad day, if I'm blah blah blah, I need to step up and be an example? Or is it just when it's convenient for them to actually say that, just to get themselves out of a phone call or to get a promotion or a raise? Like, so which one is it? Like, do we care about the customers, or do we just care about our position? I don't know. And what were you gonna say? I feel like I got you off.
They just did.
Oh no. I don't know. I feel like that's what I told Elvira. She's like, you butt heads a lot with the guys here. And I was like, yeah, because every day I'm here, I have to prove that because I'm a girl means I can still do what I have to do. And, like, I think Dylan's the worst out of all of them. Because I'm like, hey Dylan, I got this going on, like, blah blah. I don't hear jack shit from him, ever.
He was getting camping with his shotgun.
He'll ignore me.
Oh, he's playing
and it's like, Dylan, it's your job. Like, you're supposed to be here to help us.
Yeah.
And he just acts like the guys can do no wrong.
Yeah, I think what I've seen with most PSNs is that they are literally in the text corners more than they're in the corners of like the rest of the like if it comes down to it, because I've had a lot of customers say, you know, oh, I passed this and that. I brought it up to the, you know, this PSN, only to have them pretty much just say, oh, yeah, we'll look into this, or whatever, without any sort of like ramifications. For the customer, I'm not the customer, for those, you know, tests. And I'm like, I'm confused. And it sucks too because it seems like most of the supervisors on the team don't step up when even if they know we're right. You know, people put them in a position where they have to, you know, stand up and actually have a backbone. No, they're not gonna do that because they want to keep their jobs. And I guess what am I saying? Let me give you an example. I literally had a tech tell a customer, hey, we'll be able to back, you know, the whole backup system you have for your home, we could go in and reconfigure that whole backup. And to where it's only for, you know, backing up at 50%, we could reconfigure this whole thing and have it, you know, back up to 100%. I'll just go, have, you know, the case managers create a new work order, I'll come back out with one of the other techs and we'll make that happen. Connie, we can't do that. We cannot reconfigure, like that would have to maybe even go through R&R or what is it called? Property escalations or something, because that's reconfiguring a whole system that we already put in there. That's way above our department, or even what we do.
And they get it for free.
Yeah, and so like for the tech to go out and make that big of a promise to a customer, that's a no-no, because they know we can't do that. But he did that, stated that, the customer ended up finding out that we indeed can't do that, and guess what happened? Oh.
You got your ass handed to you that day, didn't you?
Yeah, like the technician didn't, you know, get in trouble because all of a sudden it was like, hey, you know, I haven't talked to the technician ever since he left. He's nowhere to be found. Because guess what? I'm taking about their phone numbers. And the customer can't reach out to them, so who are they going to reach out to? IA, dispatcher, IA, case manager, because those are the only people. And then once they get us on the line, guess what? It doesn't matter if we can't do nothing for them or if we didn't cause the issue. They're about to let us know everything that they hate about the customer. And so that's what this customer did, and just told me just all the heinous shit and being promised heaven and earth, and you know that they were gonna, you know, include my name and the name of all these people they've talked to, because those are the only people that they can actually hold accountable in an email that they're gonna send to Mary Powell and to the, you know, Better Business Bureau. And then all of a sudden, like, I called the customer back and I tried to de-escalate, and the customer doesn't want to hear it. They're at that point where it's like, actually, I'm sorry, so I finished talking to the customer, they get upset, put my name down, but overall it's a good call, but then they say, hey, I want to talk to the team lead. You're amazing, you're great, you've helped me. In this particular case though, because this goes beyond you guys, it's not even a, you know, I have nothing wrong with the case managers and dispatchers, you guys have been awesome, it's the text, and she was very specific. It's the text. The texts have gone out, this is just one out of many texts that have promised me things and not done it. I go out, do a meeting with, you know, Sarah and Dylan, and I just to bring this up, I'm like, hey, I have this customer who's upset. All I know, I was able to get them de-escalated, but like, they bought, they were like really upset with this technician who went out there, was supposed to, you know, do all these things, but they didn't.
One on your right, one on your right.
And the whole time, Dylan is like, oh wow.
They're playing over there, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that. I'll make sure to speak with them, and you know we'll make sure to figure this out.
Yeah, he's mavericking the hash right
That's
now.
it.
No, that's not ever gonna happen.
That's it. Like there was no like, how are you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna be done? How do we know that all the other texts are being held accountable? How do we know this is not gonna happen? This is like, I'm not trying to get nobody fired, but this is an offense that at least, you know, like, I could imagine somebody gets written up for because you're right in front of the customer. You're representing Sunrun, wearing Sunrun equipment, and you're now telling them all this shit, that we're gonna do, but we don't do. So you're representing the company bad, is what I'm trying to say. And that's a fireable offense, but I could at least imagine that that's something that you get written up for. But all he said in that meeting, was, I'll talk to you. We'll figure out what's going on. With all the proof that I had, with the, case notes, with the email from the customer stating that this is an issue that was specifically with the tank, nothing else. Nothing. And the whole time, again, and I don't know why I still think this, or I still hope for this. I'm hoping for Sarah to say, hey, yeah, this is an issue, because I wasn't the only one at that point who had brought it up. I'm pretty sure Seneca and the other people have brought it up in regards to some of the texts promising the customer all these things, but then they never do it. Either that, or they promise that they're going to go out for an appointment, but then they never go out. And so the customer is mad, because now this is the 4th appointment they've had to take the day off for, and the technician didn't show up for who knows whatever reason. But
he knocked someone. And
I guess it wouldn't piss me off so much if they don't hold us to such a high standard, Like as dispatchers and case managers, I'm like, we can never do no wrong, Like we have to always go above and beyond, always be exemplary in everything that we do, all of our actions. When we talk to each customer, even if they're cussing up off the store, and then calling up every name in the book, we have to always maintain a level of professionalism. We always have to follow through when we promise things. But then what about everybody else? Shouldn't this be the bar across the board? Shouldn't this be like what we strive for overall? No, maybe not.
I don't know. And she told me, because I had my she told me the end of March video. And she's like, I talk of you in such high regards, but like there's always a but with her. And it's always just like, you do such great work while you're here, like everybody likes you, but you're not making enough calls, or you're not talking to enough customers, and this and that. So she's like, I want to put you on like a call out sheet that every day you're gonna call out more and more. This bitch has me on a call out sheet now where she expects me to call 40 people a day.
40 people a day is crazy. 40
and I was like, Sarah, she goes, just do the best you can. I was like, I can't do 40 people a day. With all the shit I have to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I'm babysitting teenage boys.
Yeah.
That's how it feels with these texts.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to turn to Dylan sometimes and be like, you solve it. You figure it out. You call him, and you ask him why he didn't go. Like, I shouldn't have to call crew at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and ask him where he is, and say, oh, Dylan doesn't approve overtime, so I went home, I'm drinking a beer.
Yeah. Oh my god, no way.
Like, I'm sorry, if something's on your schedule, and you're not gonna complete it, why didn't you tell me? And they don't get in trouble for it. Dylan doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Just some accountability across the board would go a long way, I feel like.
So I told Seneca, I was like, I miss Noemi. She rode my ass so much, but I miss her.
You really?
Oh, I love Noemi. She's a hard ass. I will say that. But I feel like people knew she was in charge, and she wasn't afraid to speak her mind about things.
Yeah.
So if she felt some way,
yeah,
didn't matter when or where,
yeah, you
were gonna hear it. And it was us, it was the technicians, it was everybody.
Yeah. You gotta accept that.
And like, she gives a shit because she knows that her name's connected to this. I'd say her name's connected to everything. So.
Yeah. Now my interactions with her, I just being honest, are not the best. I've only had 2. Just because personally I don't really like to interact with like, or whatever, unless I have to. I usually try to rely on like my teammates, you know, with the dispatchers, if I just have to put that I can schedule or whatever. But every time I talk to dispatcher, I mean like the DSA unless I have to. But every single time I've spoken with her, she's, I don't know if she's having a bad day, or she's kind of
it takes
I'm trying to be nice, but she's kind of being a bitch, you know. Like,
no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Once she like gets to know you, she's a totally different person.
Yeah.
Do you guys do like a weekly meeting with her?
Yeah, we try to. Yeah, for sure.
I wish we would do that with Ellen.
Does they not do that?
No, we do. Sarah does what she calls like office hours, where like the techs and Dylan will come in and we all talk about some things.
Yeah.
But like half the guys don't ever show up, or they just don't bother. They just won't talk to us. So it's like, yeah, everybody else shows up, but the people that we need to talk to aren't ever here.
Yeah.
And the people who have problems don't want to talk about it to figure it out. I think I'm more bitter because Rick and I were buddies. And so I don't have Rick.
Yeah.
And I think I just assumed because Rick is like so funny and so nice that I assumed Andrew was going to be the same way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I worked a lot with Rick because he's like right under Noemi, so I know exactly like I'll work with Andrew to find out what his needs are, try to prioritize him and what he wants. No, Andrew won't give me the time of day.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm sorry to hear that because it's.
I can get it from below.
It's bullshit because if they were smart, they'd be trying to pick you guys' brains because you guys are customers. Well, we're customer facing, so we have way more hands-on information when it comes to like what the customers, you know, looking for, what they want.
I forgot it was.
Obviously, we have more of like, hey, what are they upset? What are they frustrated about? We're not just theorizing or just going off of data. We're going off of like, hey, this is live action. You know, we're out on site. We're talking to these people in a way, right? But what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I was gonna say, and then I know like Ramon, he's like, this guy's mad. What's going on? And I was like, yeah, he's mad. I tried to message you to tell you what was going on with this case, and you wouldn't listen. He's like, well, I just came to this appointment and this guy's screaming at me. I was like, yeah, because I told you to call ahead of time, which I'm guessing you didn't do.
Yeah.
And this guy had 3 inverter appointments that were canceled, and we rescheduled 3 different times. So he's gonna be a little mad.
Oh my god.
He's like, well, that's not my problem.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, eat a dick, Ramon. Eat it. I want to just, like, I want to have a day where I can just go around and just throat punch all of them. Sometimes. Like, you guys are such assholes.
Yeah, you like this song.
But I'd lose my job.
Cap sold.
And they're not worth it, you know, because at the end of the day.
No.
Yeah.
I know.
Honestly, if it wasn't
I want to go to dance team.
Honestly, we would love to have, because, I mean, besides us, like, case managers and dispatchers, the rest of them aren't even really that interactive. I don't know the TVs are, or the RNRs, or, like, it's so weird sometimes during the team huddles, because, like, it would be me, Kaylee, and Andy, and Seneca and Matthew kind of, like, livening up things, or having conversations and bringing things up, and everybody else is very quiet and silent. I'm just like, like, I'm pretty sure you guys have issues too that you're dealing with. How come you don't speak on these? Or like, why don't you guys at least just acknowledge that you're in here, you know? Because you know what, I do kind of like it because the first will do that thing where she makes everybody put on their cameras during the team huddle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't have to do that, but sometimes I miss not that everybody putting on cameras, but just like everybody like say something, you know? It could even just be hi or just like, oh, what's up, or whatever. So at least know that you're here, and you're present, and that you are at least engaged to some extent.
Well, I told Laura I was highly debating on turning Sarah into HR, because sometimes when you get a call, you're late to the kind of like you can't be there right on time. And she told us the last one in the team huddle has to share an embarrassing story.
Oh, so that's not. I hate when people do that.
And I was like, that's not fair. Like,
yeah, that's not fair. That's...
This is a job. Like, why do people have to share stuff like that at work?
Yeah, I agree.
That's not work appropriate. And then when Joel joined one of our team huddles, Sarah had said it, and Joel's like, what? She's like, oh, haha, it's just like a joke we play. And I was like,
can I talk about that whole relationship there, by the way? That's so, how can I say? A lot of people view that whole Joel and Sarah relationship as kind of odd. Because there's been plenty of times when, well, a few times when Joel has been in the meeting on our team, and then he's like, oh guys, I gotta jump. Sarah needs me and she'll kill me if I don't, you know, go back to her. Like, you've only been in here for 5 minutes. Like, what the fudge? And then, like, whenever, like, I, you know, just you saying, you know, like, oh, Joe was in here, and they're just like, oh, me and Sarah have this thing. And I'm like, what the fuck is up with y'all? Anyways, I just...
Yeah, it's weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't get it. I'm like, what the heck? Are you guys, like, going to, you know, company-sponsored brunches together or some shit? Like...
Yeah.
So, anyway, finish your story. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I just think it's weird, and, like, so Joel came to, like, one of our team huddles, and then after that, he never came back.
Same with
So I was like... He probably was like, oh yeah, I exist.
Right, I'm here, I'm not a ghost. Bye-bye.
And then he dipped. We've never seen him in another huddle. He came once for like 5 minutes. And he's like, oh, this is so fun. Like, you guys, you guys like talk and have fun in here. And then he's like, well, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then...
Actually, no, he did something with the crazy, but I want you to finish the story. What are you saying?
Oh, I talked to Sarah, and I was like, look, we've got a new team, like, everybody doesn't talk to each other. What can we do? Like, bring up the morale. She's like, oh, I don't know. And so I was like, oh, could we do, like, some stuff for Christmas? Like, a little Christmasy thing. She's like, yeah. And so I set up the whole thing. I set up a whole week before Christmas. Secret Santas, like, I put so much work into it. And then when she talked to Joel about it, she took the credit for it.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, like, my team, I created, like, all this fun stuff to do for Christmas. And I was like, you wouldn't have anything to do if it wasn't for me. And she's done that so many times, like, when we had that big,
yeah, he's still
service appointment, or the service meeting with everybody. Or shout out for Dagan about taking on that PG project when the damages text were let go. I created the spreadsheet for Dagan to do. All he had to do was contact the case managers. I spent 2 freaking days getting all of South Coast and Orange County put together. I knew before everybody else that the damage checks were going to be let go, and that they would have to try and go on to R&R. And Sarah's like, don't tell anybody, that's just between you and me. And I'm like, you throw me under the bus every single time. So she's asked me to help her with projects, and I told her no. If I'm not gonna get the credit for it, it's not in my pay grade.
Rightfully so, because I'm pretty sure she'll feel the same way. If she suggested something to her higher-ups, and then when they spoke to their higher-ups, they didn't mention her, give her, you know?
Yep.
And if sort of acknowledgement for contribution in making that happen. So yeah, I've never been a fan of this. I don't care for the guy. The only people I really care for that team, person, and who else is on there?
Michaela, David, Tyler, Andrea.
I don't think I ever had the chance to talk to her. Actually, no, Andrea, I came in. Yeah, she's cool. She's cool. She's cool.
I like Andrea.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna get her. She's actually really cool. And yeah, so most of the teams.
The thing that I don't like is, like, our R&R people are really stuck up. Our PG, we have one good case manager for PG and one, like, she doesn't give a shit about her job. And really? All the huddles, like, Sarah will be like, oh, like, how was your guys this weekend? And then they all try to one-up each other.
Like,
so it's just listening to,
I went to the mall. Hey, I went on a private plane. Well, I went on a spaceship. No, wait, like, it's why? It's
like, oh yeah, like, my life is so hard. I had to deal with this.
Oh,
he's like, well, I have a baby with a guy that went to prison. And I was like, well, I'm in a loveless relationship. And I was like, nobody gives a shit. This is your personal life. I don't need to know about it.
A guy that went to Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Oh.
And I'm like, Sarah, why do you let them do this? Like, take some ownership here.
Yeah.
You're the manager here. Maybe tell people that they shouldn't be talking about some things.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny as hell, though.
Nice.
And that's the hard part. The girl I work with on my team, I love her. She's funny. And she just, like, lives her life. But she talks shit about every single person.
Yeah.
She'll, like, get to know them, and then she'll be like, hey, guess what I found out about this person? Like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
If they didn't want to tell me, why do I care?
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like, oh yeah, she'll tell me about stuff that, like, she told me yesterday when we were meeting before we were trying to get Dagan to jump in a meeting with us. I was telling her about, did you see the KSL story about the 17-year-old kid that was taping fish to the ATM machines?
Wait, there was a kid who was taping fish to an ATM machine?
Yeah, like carp and, like, the garbage fish out of different places. They just go to random ATMs and tape fishes to them. And I was telling her about that, and she's like,
what a weirdo. What a weirdo just goes around ATMs taping just fish to the ATM.
And I was like, well, at least he's not doing drugs. But I was telling Elvira about it, and she's like, oh yeah, like, I still from Target, I still from Walmart and Walgreens, and I was like, I don't even know this. And then she had the nerve to tell me, hey, you should come out and visit me in Colorado. I thought, I don't want to go to jail. Ain't no way. I wouldn't be caught dead with you somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be in a car with her, have her get pulled over, and then find out she stole a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Like, how do you know it was me? Well, we found 2 carp in here, 3 salmon, and also, is that tilapia? Like, I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the fucking guy.
I know.
I'm listening to what you're saying.
When I saw it, I didn't believe it at first, because I was like, there's no way.
What sort of deranged person tapes fish onto different ATMs? Like, well, what was his MO? What was his train of thought? Like, you know, was it all the same type of fish? Did you read that part, or was it just...
No, they were different types of fish.
You know, like, for this one, I got salmon. For this one, I'm gonna put tilapia. And you know what? I feel like this one's more of like a rainbow trout sort of ATM, so I'm just gonna put this right here. Like...
I was dying when I watched it. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, some kid was stupid enough to actually do this.
That's funny. Like, if it was a prank, I just want to know, like, what the, you know, like, it could be smart. You know, he probably had, you know, his own logic behind why he did it, but I just kind of went out of the game. Like, is he just a sociopath in, you know, in the making, or is he just a kid playing a, you know, a prank that maybe only he gets and not a lot of people don't? Anyway, go on with your story. I want you to finish your story.
He got arrested, though.
He did. Well, yeah, I mean, taking fish on ATM is socially frowned upon. But is it illegal? Or is it just socially frowned upon?
I don't think it's illegal.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
Really, he's not hurting anybody. Yeah. Like, the fish were already dead. It's not like you caught them just to do that, but... Can you imagine going to an ATM? And being like, oh yeah, I just gotta pull out some money to do other movies. Why is there a fish here?
What? You know what? I don't like fish. Let me go to another ATM. Why is there a different kind of fish here? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh gosh.
Oh. And I just thought, what would I do if I went to an ATM and saw a fish? Do I just drive away and be like, okay, well that was weird?
Right? I'll think that, you know, like either someone's playing some sort of mind game with me, or like somebody's kind of sick in the head, you know, like, hey, somebody's we are watching the makings of the next Jeffrey Dahmer.
It's horrible, but it's just so funny.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I shouldn't laugh, but...
No, it's fine. Taping fish to different ATMs, you know. Well, everybody has their sick kicks, I guess.
And nobody laughed when I told them that story last week.
I would have been cracking up.
I even had, like... I sent everybody pictures from the news article. People are like, that's just so disgusting. Blah blah, and I was like, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
He went out of his way to be like, haha, look at me.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
Oh man.
Can't get anybody to laugh these days.
Fight back.
Honestly, I would have been laughing, because that's obviously I'm laughing now, but that's just hilarious. Yeah, I don't know why I did not catch that one. Usually I'm pretty good at catching different stories on KS.
Like, I try to tell people, don't take everything so serious.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like people who take things too serious, like... It's life. Not to sound grim or anything, but we all end up dead, so the best of it, and not take yourself so seriously. Oh.
We're all going out the same way we came in.
Right?
Well, not exactly, but you know what I mean.
In different variations, but it all comes to the same outcome.
I realized once it came out of my mouth that it didn't sound very right, but...
No, I know what you're saying. That's funny.
There's so many people around, like when you, like, try to cut the corner.
Yeah, I remember there's just people, like, camping right near the escalator.
This is why I stopped playing Call of Duty.
Wait, are you leveling up though, hopefully?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
I just hate that people freaking camp everywhere.
Shoot. What, do you want to play Modern Warfare with us, Seabass, or what?
Ah!
Either that or Angel or anybody. We're playing this Rio 24/7, it's pretty badass. Rio 24/7, it's one of the new maps. I think they just released it like with the latest update. Is that like a few days ago? Yeah, so far it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I've actually thought about, not Sarah in particular, but I've thought about like definitely letting off my grievances. Like, I remember that survey that they recently did. I don't know if it was like a month ago or 2 weeks ago. Anyways, but yeah, I like just went off in there and I was very honest. I was like, you guys need to fucking. I said it professionally, but pretty much, you know, the gist of what I was saying was like, you gotta get your shit together as a company. Like, you gotta do better. Like, it's bad enough that the customers don't believe you guys, and they have a very bad outlook on your company. But even your employees, you know, the ones who are supposed to talk you up and say, nah, you guys are wrong. Yeah, wait, you say, we did what of the company? The solar panel landed on one of your dogs, and your dog's in the hospital? Well, you know, hey, you know, we believe in this company, that we're gonna fix it. But even the people who are trying to talk good on, you know, we're supposed to be the ones who are like turning down that customer, you know, not turning down, turning the customer experience around in a good way. Feel like you guys as a company are fucking up. You know, that's not good. That's the downfall of an empire there. It's different if, you know, other countries believe that your country is a certain type of way, but if the people in the country itself start feeling this way and start feeling, you know, a negative way, then that is not good, and that should be something that should be addressed. Same with the company. It's different if, you know, customers or people have their opinions, which is not, you know, not to say that that shouldn't be taken, you know, for what it is as well, you know, especially if it's constructive, sure, but it's different too if your employees also have the same language, because then that means you're fucking up on two fronts. That means that you need to fix it ASAP, because that's how, especially call centers, that's how a lot of them go out of business where we're at, is because people start hearing, you know, hey, why should I not work there? Well, this company, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me look online. Whoa, guess what? Not only are the customers saying this, but now the employees are saying this, so I don't want to work there. So now you don't get new blood, you don't get people wanting to come in and fix things, and then slowly but surely your company starts to deteriorate from the inside out. And then boom, you're just another, hey, you remember that place that used to be at that one location? Whatever happened? They went out of business. High turnover and blah, blah, blah. Ah, damn, another one, huh? So sad. You know, bring in the next business. Because they're always opening up new businesses and building new things, you know? Bring in the next business now, so.
Yeah.
But hopefully
I told Laura, I said, this job is going to cause me to start drinking.
Do you drink? Or no, not really?
No, I don't drink. I think it turned me off to drinking because my sister works for a gastro doctor. So she tells me all the time about different people that come in because they're basically in liver failure. So I'm like, drinking doesn't even sound fun to me.
One of my old landlords died that way because he drank too much. Like every single night though, he would have like, I forgot what the whiskey was, but he would have like almost half of a, it may be actually, or maybe it was different whiskeys, but yeah, he would just always have like half a bottle like, each night, and I was just like, dude, like. So obviously doing that for, you know, I think at the time he passed away, he was like 40 something. But doing that every day, you know, I think he ended up going into some sort of liver failure because one day he just ended up calling his friend over. He's like, I don't feel good. And that turned into, oh, I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my extremities. Getting rushed to the ER. And then they put him on some sort of like thing to like filter him out. And then from there his health deteriorated even more. And he ended up passing away. But yeah, wait, are you LDS?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not like one of those people that I'm like, you're gonna go to hell if you don't believe the same things I believe.
No, you're fine. I mean, I am, but I'm inactive. I don't go.
Yeah.
I still believe in a lot of things, though. I mean, I don't do certain things not because they're like the word of wisdom. I just kind of do it more just because of common sense, I guess. Like, I don't really drink. A few things I'll do like moderately, but like not to the point to where it's like hindering my day-to-day, especially being able to like work and just be present, you know, in my life, make sure that I'm the driver, determiner of my own destiny, and also obviously in my daughter's life.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my view on it, but that's cool. Do you go regularly or anything like that, or to church, or do you,
Yeah, so like when I moved, I guess technically into the ward that I'm in, we moved during COVID. It's like, you know how church was. It was like awful and you had to live stream a lot of it. Yeah. And when we started going to our other ward, they would purposely like skip us for the sacrament. We would never get the sacrament. So I was like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm not coming. So I ended up going back to my old ward, and I found out that the party,
whoever wants to join us, there's your invite.
The party guy that was in our ward ended up becoming the bishop.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, he is the perfect guy to be the bishop, because him and his wife used to go out drinking, they go to the desert, get drunk, drive cars, like, they've been through it all.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, it's a new year, like, give it a new shot. I don't know. I did singles ward after I got out of a relationship, and I told myself I'd never go back.
Oh, you know, I haven't been to... you know, oh my gosh, because based off of what we talked about, that's one of the many things that I don't look forward to once everything's finalized. Having to go, like, because I haven't been to any of those for a while. And so it's like, I know at some point, I guess I don't have to. I guess I go the internet dating route. But at some point, you know, I might go in there and I'm just like, all the stories I've heard, especially after you reach a certain age, are that the singles wards are kind of not, they're kind of weird. I know, like, all the stories are pretty bad. But what did you, like, from your perspective, what do you think drove you away, or like kind of like made you distance yourselves from, or like made you not like the singles ward, in your opinion?
Well, I had a guy that was like actively stalking me. Like,
what?
It was my first time. I went to singles ward by myself because not all of my friends were away for college.
Yeah.
And so I went by myself, and this guy, like, didn't know anybody. I went in and I like sat by myself.
Sounds good.
And this kid is sitting like diagonal in another booth, or another whatever they're called from me, another bench, and he's just sitting there looking at me.
What the?
And I was like, this is so awkward. And then
like he's
I got
just staring,
up.
like just watching, like.
Yeah. So I got up and I was like, oh, I'll go to Sunday school now. This guy's behind me, watching me. And then he sits 2 rows in front of me so he can see me. I was like, hell no. I'm not ever gonna go back. Just because I feel like...
weird.
No,
honestly, it's like, what? But go on.
I don't have the best luck with the dating, so I'm not really the person to ask.
No, you're good. Well, that sucks though, because you feel like a weird person.
Let's keep it this way.
No, I just learned.
I
just learned you can't trust people, so.
Well, don't say that. There's still people you can trust. Just.
I meant like with dating.
Oh yeah.
Most people pretend that they're somebody who they aren't.
And then you don't really know until like,
Until it's too late and you're like stuck in the.
No, you're right.
Stuck in the hills of it.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't been part of that scene for a bit, but I've heard stories. Usually they line up with the same, which is that a lot of people will pretend to be this person, and it's on both genders, you know, exactly. And then once, you know, like, a lot of, you know, the same things that they spoke about, like, don't align, you know, or don't really speak to who they are in person. It's just sad, because it's like, okay, you know, no one's perfect, no one's expecting anybody to be perfect. Like, I don't believe in, even in relationships, I don't believe there's such thing as true perfect relationship. I feel like that's a lie, because any relationship, no matter, even if you ask somebody who's been married for 30 years, 50 years, you know, their relationship then, like 40 years into the marriage, is way different than what it was when they just met, you know? Like, the honeymoon phase only lasts so long, and then you realize, oh, there's real life, and, you know, you wake up with that person every day pretty much. Yeah, that's great, but there's going to be some days where you don't want to talk to that person, where you're not on the same page, where you don't feel like yourself, or there's going to be days, yeah, that are also good and great, and you're going to love them, but, like, it's never going to be a perfect, like, oh, fairy tale, every day is a sweet, great, oh, it's amazing, no. And if somebody tells you that that's, you know, what it is, and it's all just, you know, sunshine and milk and cookies. No, like they're lying to you because that's not realistic. And I don't think a regular, not even a regular person, somebody who has common sense want to be in a relationship like that because I feel like having disagreements and being able to talk through them is good in a relationship. Then you learn to communicate. You learn to like, hey, I don't know what that to be right. You learn to also be a better human being if you don't have somebody who disagrees with you. Who also on the other spectrum, who also doesn't argue with you all the time. Because obviously you want the relationship to be your peace. You want to feel like, hey, it makes me happy. I feel great when I'm around this person. You don't want to feel like you're always in like this, state of agitation. So it's a balance of both, and I feel like people who are able to find a balance that works for them and their relationship are the most happy. And if there is a such thing, realistically, quote unquote, as the perfect relationship, then that would probably be my ideal. Two people who are imperfect coming together to work at something that they truly believe in, and their love for each other is so strong that they won't let anything come in between them, no matter what life throws at them, no matter even if some days they don't like their partner, they hate their partner, but they don't give up. And that's my perspective on it. But going off to what you're saying about the dating scene too, I feel like a lot of people in our generation and younger probably have this weird perspective of love and not even being in love, but finding love and interacting with one another and being just a good person. And hey, you know what? That person, that date didn't work out, or that person didn't work out. But like, don't then send them a text message cutting them out or calling them out of their name, or or don't make that person feel like they need to give you something or whatever it is just because they want to date with you. Like that doesn't coordinate. Like those two things don't make any sense. Like, you just met that person. Why would they? Like use common sense, especially for men. Like this is for men. I've had a lot of people who got on dates and they're like, oh man, this girl, blah blah blah, doing this and that. I'm just like, what makes you think that even if the conversation you had with this person was great and things really interested in you, that all of a sudden that was gonna correlate to this on the first date? Like, why do you feel like you deserve something like that? Like, so many questions there and so much to unpack that I don't think that maybe you should be dating right now. Maybe you should be going into counseling almost there, guy, because now that I have a daughter and simply, like, I don't wanna, I don't know, anyways, but then I also hear good stories. I feel like there's, people out there who really know how to see how the person was, both male and female. They're, again, not perfect, but they at least have enough common sense to be themselves and be honest about who they are, so they're not lying to anybody. What do you think about Shipment, by the way?
It's not bad, it's kind of a clusterfuck. I'm like, I spawn and I'm dead immediately.
Yeah.
Not so hard, I'm like, everybody's targeting me because they know I'm a girl. Like, I have this one guy that just follows me.
Another one? Different one? The one from Single Glory?
Yeah.
When you say follow you, do you mean like they follow you on your like social media or follow you?
Oh no, like he's following me in the game.
Oh,
like,
you're talking about the game. Oh my gosh, man, I'm so sorry. Yes.
Oh no, you're fine.
You're still talking about... Yeah, no, it's such a small map that it's like, especially people who love to just follow people, and the worst that I hate though is people with knives. I hate when people have knives or something like that, because like that's when they really follow you. They just gotta like get super close to you, hit you once and you're dead. Because I guess the knife is really OP in this game that you don't even need to be hit twice. Just one shot, you're dead. One shot, especially if they have that perk that makes them run faster. But we're going pretty good. We're winning though. I like when we win. I don't care if we lose either, because I've been enjoying the concept of I don't care when we win.
Always the bonus when we win.
I agree.
We're losing Alpha.
Ah! There should be people. Just It's so confusing. I just shoot at the first person I see.
Oh yeah, because I hate sometimes when like their names don't pop up, or like, you know, for you to be able to distinct whether they're an enemy or a teammate. Like especially when they're super close. So sometimes I was like, just shoot at my teammate just for walk, and I'm like, oh, you're not the enemy. And you shoot at the other guy behind you who is the enemy, trying to kill you.
Ah! We're so close.
Yeah! Victory.
We did it.
Oh my gosh, heck yeah. And that map is... You must be doing something right. It should be an easy map to win on.
Oh, there's like so many like little nooks and crannies that people can hang out in.
Yeah. I've seen people... the worst is when I see people on the top of the crates. I don't even know how they get on top of some of them. But like, I remember seeing this one person on top of one, and they would just like lay down and then just shoot or snipe people up there. And it literally took the team that I was on like just 2 times dying until we all were just like, let's just focus fire on that guy up there with the sniper. Because literally every single time like we would spawn, he would be able to just shift his, like the way he was laying down and just literally just snipe. Almost spawn camp us, you know, right at the spawn, and so we're all just like, let's all kill that guy, and that's when I finally killed him. So, as long as they're not doing that, though, I'm good.
Yeah.
Map, Greece. I've never played Greece before. I don't think. Yeah, we'll do Greece. Screw it.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've ever played any. Well, I haven't been on here, so I really haven't played any of the new maps.
Yeah. So let's try Greece. Greece seems nice. If you could travel to any country, well, actually, have you ever traveled to another country?
No.
You haven't?
No, because I have a fear of airplanes.
Do you really? Oh, okay.
I've watched too many stuff about like 9/11.
Oh gosh.
So
yeah. That was a messed up
I can't do planes.
Yeah.
No, good. Are you doing board jump?
So.
No, I'm doing Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
Oh.
Yeah. But so do you ever imagine or see yourself going on an airplane like ever, or is it just like you'd never ever want to step foot on one no matter what?
I mean, if it was my choice, I'd never get on one ever. But I don't know. I want to go travel, but at the same time, it's so ridiculously expensive.
It is.
That I don't know if I can justify it.
Yeah. I want to go, because I don't hate planes, but I don't like being on them for too long if I don't have to. Like, if I do travel out the country, like, I want it to be like a one-time thing, and then like I don't go again maybe for like a good amount of time. Just because imagine myself just sitting there for like, oh, this is gonna be a 24-hour flight. I'm like, oh gosh. Like, yeah, you can move around a little bit, but that's gonna be so uncomfortable just sitting on that thing for so long. So, but one place I do want to visit though that I haven't visited is Hawaii. Because I feel like Hawaii, especially like if you go to the right island, would be a really beautiful place.
Yeah, I heard Hawaii's really pretty.
Yeah.
Releasing creature drone.
So usually when you go from state to state, from state to state, you do like a road trip or what?
Changing back.
Yeah, if I can't drive, I don't go. That's basically what I say.
If you can't drive yet. But honestly, road trips are fun though. See, those are different, because even if I'm in a car for a certain amount of time, and I don't know, maybe that's just like, I don't know, maybe that's ironic as well, now that I say that. Because I don't mind being in a car for a long time, but I would mind being on a plane. Probably because in a car, if you need to like also pull over and like do that, and just like stop places and go look at stuff, whereas if you're on a plane somewhere, especially, you know, a location that's really far, you can look out the window, but that's about it. It's not like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you can get up and walk around.
Indeed, so.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
But I like driving. So, I don't mind going out and driving.
Deploying mines. The enemy's taking the lead.
That's good. Do you prefer to be the, like, if you're going on a long road trip, do you prefer to drive to switch out for the co-passenger, or do you, oh wow, okay, that's good.
No.
I don't mind driving, but I also don't care if somebody wants to drive. Like if I'm like, hey, just let me know if you get tired. I'll take over the wheel. But if you know, so that's good. What's your favorite food like to eat while you're on the road driving? What's your favorite snack?
Ooh, I like those sweet ropes.
What are they called?
You ever have those? They're like sweet ropes, like sweet tarts, but they make them in like a roll, or like a rope.
Oh yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Those are really good. I can probably like anything chocolate.
Yeah.
Or sour.
Secure the area.
I'm a sour candy kind of person.
You like sour candy?
Mm-hmm.
Target mark. Request fire mission.
And what's your favorite chocolate candy?
I'm a Reese's kind of person.
Reese's is actually really good. I don't judge much, but I was like, if it's anything else besides Reese's, I don't know if I'd agree with that. But yeah, Reese's is one of my favorites for sure.
I'm convinced that they put crack in the Christmas trees. Because I feel like those are like the best. They taste better than the regular Reese's.
Yeah.
Releasing creature drone.
Santa Claus must like deliver them, hand deliver them, especially that time of year or something. Oh my gosh, who has a shotgun?
We have taken the lead.
Did Winter have a good Christmas?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she got so many gifts. Because obviously you have Christmas and her birthday's on the 1st, you know, she's a New Year's, and so, yeah, there's so many gifts. There's so many gifts that I haven't even, like, opened yet, just because, like, yeah. So, no, she was loved. She's got a lot of gifts, so. Yeah, she's doing
she wasn't, like, more presents? More presents?
Yeah, more presents? Yeah. And I gotta figure out, like, I love that she's getting all her presents, but, like, I don't want her to grow up to be that person who doesn't, like, what's the word? They get so much of everything that they don't really get the chance to, like, appreciate, you know, what they have. And, like, so even with some of the toys, like, I let her play with some of them, but, like, some of the other ones that, like, people bought, I haven't, like, given them to her for her to play yet. Just because I want her to like take the time with these toys that she has and some of the new ones to like appreciate them, so that you know when she grows up, she's like, even if I get all these toys, like it's not just that I should expect to get all these toys. It's like, you know, there's people out there who don't have any zero toys, and then once she's at the right age, I want to take her to like, you know, if she has a lot of toys and she lets me play with them, that you know, she would even go to like a charity or give them to like friends who don't have that much. Kind of get into the spirit of doing that, because I think that's important. You know, going out, especially in Uganda, like, we would get just a few gifts. We get 1 or 2 gifts at the most, depending on the year, and everybody would come in and pitch in. But like, we appreciated those gifts, so we made sure like, you know, we requested what we wanted, and then like we would make, you know, it would do a lot for us, and so. I also want her to have that spirit of appreciation. What's up, Seabass?
Target area updated. Move
What's
to
up?
the hard point. Hard point compromised.
Alright, cool. Yeah, we're in this match, but afterwards I'll let you.
No question.
What's up?
Why do you need dating gifts? I'd rather open all of them.
You have to open all the gifts? Because, yeah, I mean, you gotta be able to appreciate the gifts you have, you know? And if you're somebody who gets a lot of things, you don't really appreciate them as much.
I did so.
And it makes me laugh because I have a friend who, they had her birthday, and then they had a birthday party the day after her birthday. So for like a whole week, she would wake up and go, my birthday again? Birthday again?
Yeah.
So she probably was like, whoa, I get so much more stuff for my birthday. I get to have a party.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like, gifts are dope. Like, who doesn't want to have some gifts? Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, yep, you have a lot of gifts, but, you know, as long as you,
use them within limits.
Exactly.
Are you planning on going back to see your family?
I am, but it's just obviously with everything going on right now, it's going to be a minute. Just because there's a lot of things that needs to be, Like, I mean, with everything going on, I mean, the good thing is that I get to keep my house, so that kind of has helped a lot recently. Because, I mean, it's in my name anyways, but, like, when you get married, somebody else goes into their name.
Yeah.
But that's been able to be really, really helpful, and then just figuring out a lot of other different little details. And it's like I stated before when I talked to you about it, it's amicable, so it's like, okay, you know, it's not an issue. It would be different if it was like crazy, but once I get this all finished and done, then I'm definitely gonna go visit my family. Because I feel like that's important, especially, you know, for Winter to also meet him too. Because she's already met, you know, the ones in the States, but she hasn't met the ones overseas. Yeah, we'll invite you after.
That should be fun, though.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I bet your family's excited to see you.
Oh, for sure. No, because they always ask about, you know, me, because they usually message me, at least the ones that are overseas through an app called WhatsApp. And so they're usually,
oh, yeah.
And I love it. It's kind of like, oh, I just gotta find that time. Plus, I gotta mentally prepare to be on the plane for that long, because it's a long flight. But the good thing is that there's usually like good kills. There's always last time when I was coming to this thing, I stopped to look. What's up? See that? Yeah, Rio 24/7. Is that what you're talking about? Rio de Janeiro. Oh yeah, it is. They had the was it the World Cup or was it the Olympics there one year? I think it may have been the Olympics in Rio or in Brazil. One of the two. Yeah. But yeah, no, but I am excited.
Man, fucking tastic.
Oh, so you're not from Utah, are you?
No. But like, my parents grew up here. Like most of my immediate family lives here.
Yeah. So you don't have to like, go out of state to really see anybody? Because everyone's here?
Yeah, my dad lives in Arizona. So that's the only downside is dad's not here. But... But yeah, all my other family lives here. My uncle just moved here from Nevada, so...
Yeah, I don't know.
Releasing creature drone.
Cause like I ended up after I graduated high school moving out here by myself, and it was I don't know, you know, like it was good at certain times because it's like you know you kind of get to create your own way, and that's what I wanted to do, and it's nice. But there's definitely been a lot of times when I miss my family house, like what's going on now, and different things that kind of make it really, really hard. And so, as I've grown up, I've kind of gotten like, I've gained this new appreciation for like family and having, you know, them close to you. Even if it's not the same state, having them within like a certain, yeah, to where at least you could see them frequently if you need.
Yeah, that's it. My aunt's from Israel, so all of her. Yeah, so all of her family is out there. It's like I have a niece, and I mean they're my aunt. So she's technically like married. She married my uncle.
Yeah.
So it's more like family for marriage, but they've just taken us in as basically their own family.
Yeah.
So she's always telling me, you need to get time off. You need to work really, really hard so you can take a week and a half off and come with me to Israel. And I'm like, I want to, but at the same time I don't.
So fun.
It's so pretty there.
So can I ask, like, with everything going on right now with Israel, like, would it, like, could you still visit there, or is it like certain restrictions, or like, how does that work?
You can still visit, but it's not very safe.
Yeah.
Because that's what my aunt, they went right before everything happened.
Yeah.
And so we use WhatsApp to check in on our family that's out there. And a lot of times it's like, oh, well, the rockets are going off like all night long, so a lot of times they'll sleep a couple hours in the bunker, get up, sleep in their beds until they feel like the rockets are going off too much, and then they'll go back into the bunker and back and forth. And I told my mom, I was like, that's just too much anxiety for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, it's again, I want to visit Israel just because of, you know, especially like I'm really into like history and certain things like that, so I feel like there's a lot of sites I'll be able to see there. And yeah, I always like traveling, especially to new places, but with everything going on right now, I'm like, if I ever did do it, I'll probably have to wait until things calm down a little bit, because I know it's always kind of a constant thing between, you know, Israel and that part of the world. But yeah, with everything that's happening, I honestly wish and I hope that, I don't know, I really want to see, and it may not ever happen until, you know, the second coming, but all the war and all the separation and division and, you know, everything going on would just stop. Like, it would just, and obviously that's wishful thinking, because humans in general are just, unfortunately, a lot of humans are just conflict ridden, you know, like it's there's always got to be conflict. If there's humans, there's differences of ideas, and it's not even that there's difference of ideas, there's people who are just unwilling to have somebody who thinks differently from them, and so that's always going to breed, you know, contention. But I hope one day that we truly, as a species, look at like what's important, which is like, hey, we're all in this together, right? You know, if you think about it, there's the universe as big as it is, there's still no sign of any other life form out there. We are, that means literally in a whole universe with so much going on, we are like the thing that wasn't supposed to happen, because whatever happened on Earth has not been found anywhere else in this vast, huge universe that we live in. And guess what? On this Earth, even, we're the only ones that are like us. You know, there's only one humankind. It's not like there's different variations of humans. There's only one. So why focus on the differences, the minute differences, rather than appreciate what makes us who we are, which is more important at the end of the day? Because if there was aliens out there and they came to this planet, they're not going to say, hey, you know what? That human has, you know, bigger hands than the other human, or that human has a different hairstyle than that human. They're going to say, hey, you guys are all humans? Yeah, we're a different life form. You all look the same. We're going to capture you and enslave you and whatever else. They're not going to care about the minute differences. They don't give a shit, you know? So if everybody else outside of who we are, our species, doesn't give a F about these minute things, then why should we? Because if we truly came together and focus more on what makes us similar, could you imagine how much shit we'll be able to accomplish? Like, we already accomplished so much, especially up to this point in human history, but imagine just what else we'll be able to accomplish. But anyways, that's my TED Talk. I have a few of those. So one or more players in the party doesn't have the necessary DLC into this mode. Which one are they talking about? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you did? Nice. Let's do... One or more party members doesn't have the necessary DLC. Seabass, do you have everything downloaded? Okay. Because we're just playing real, but now it's saying one or more party members doesn't have the necessary DLC. Like, is there an update? I was gonna say...
When I updated the game, it made me download the multiplayer pack again.
No, it's not. Okay, that's what I thought. Because I was like, wait a minute, why is it not letting you play? Yeah. Because you're saying that it kind of gave you a similar message when you were trying to load it up earlier?
Yeah, it told me that I didn't have a DLC downloaded, and so I went in and it said that I needed to re-download the multiplayer pack again.
Yeah. Interesting. Hey, what's up, Angel? You in our game? Sure.
What?
But yeah,
It's no
I guess the
going on?
reason why I asked too how often you go, Connie, is because I've been thinking about going back just to kind of like, I don't know, just with everything going on, it's like just trying to find clarifications. And in my own personal life, I do pray, you know, quite often. At least I try to once or twice a day, just for my own sanity. But I feel like maybe it might be different just being around a group of people who also do it, you know, because maybe I'll be able to find more answers there.
He's not talking.
Yeah. Sometimes to just get peace of mind.
Unmute, Tooth.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Unmute Tooth.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start doing that. I usually have Winter on Sundays, but I might even bring her because I feel like a lot of people are pretty understanding when it comes to babies. But I've never been in I was in a singles one obviously before I got married. I've never been in a singles one like ever since then, so I'm kind of worried. I'm like, I better not be no weirdo.
No. You know what? I feel like there's more weirdos on online dating than there is like.
They are weirdos.
Yeah. Learn from me.
Yeah.
Secure and maintain the objective.
I gotta tell you this story. I'm trying to figure out how to tell you this story. So, even though we're going through what we're going through, we've also been separated. So there was a point where we like agreed, you know, and so it was like just for whatever we had come to that agreement, right? So I went on a date with this
Objective
person.
Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
The date was pretty good. Like she was kind of like, what's the word? A little different, but like she wasn't bad. Okay, so the first date was good. Then we had the second date, and then we had the third date. Actually, no, so we had the second date. And we're on our way to have the third date. So she was like, "Hey, I am if you want to meet this time, because usually we'd meet in Bountiful." She was like, "If you want to meet this time, you're gonna have to meet me up in Layton." And I was like, "Okay, I don't mind driving there. You know, I'm good right now. I don't have winter, so I could drive." So I drove all the way over there, and I think it was like 57 minutes from where I live here in Salt Lake to Layton. So I drove there, and when I got to that food place, she was like, "Oh, hey, actually, it turns out we're gonna have dinner at a food place, like a Mexican food place." She's like, "Trying to find out." Or I didn't want to stay there for too long, so just meet me at my place or whatever. We could just watch a movie. I was like, okay, whatever. So I get in the car and I drive back to her place to like go and hang out with her. And so I get to her place and I'm in the car and I'm just like, hey, I think I'm in the neighborhood. I just don't like see where your place is. I don't know what's going on. But just come outside, because my map says that I'm here. She's like, okay, I'll be right out. It's weird because I don't see you. I'm outside. I don't see you. And she, and I'm like, oh, wait, I don't see you either. So I then spun around because then it was kind of like a cul-de-sac sort of thing at the end of the road. And then I went back to just make sure that I'm, in the right area. So all of a sudden, right when I was about to text her again, like, hey, I don't see you. Can you just come outside again, or can I call you? She sent me this long text message, Connie.
We're taking Bravo.
She said,
the enemy holds
I don't know why you thought I was even gonna see you right now. I just made you drive out here because you were late the last 2 dates by 10 minutes, and I hate people who are late. That means you don't respect my time. So to let you know how it feels, I made you drive all the way out here with 0, and she like capitalized the 0. And I mean, she made sure it was in all caps. 0 chances of even, you seeing me tonight. I just want to make sure that you know how it felt. And I'm just like, what? And she just kind of like said all that, and I'm just like, I was taken by surprise, to tell you the truth, because I was like, first of all, what the heck? Why you make somebody drive for 57 minutes to prove a point? They could have just told me, hey, I don't know, if you're really a stickler about people showing up at a certain time, which is fine, everyone has their preferences, then just say, okay, hey, this is something that I really value or that I want, and I'd be more mindful, or just be like, hey, this is a big no-no. I don't want to, you know, continue to date you, whatever. I respect it, because at least I don't have to waste my gas and drive there for 57 minutes for you to like, prove the point. So she like went off on me and then started referencing Taylor Swift of all people. She's like, there's this song by Taylor Swift. You should listen to it. It's talking about
Taylor Swift is garbage.
Yes, thank you. Yes, yes. You know, I look at that and I don't even read the whole thing. And then I'm just kind of like, whatever. So I'm just like, okay. And then I just like, you know, drive back home. All in all, I'm out for like an hour, a little over an hour and a half, right, driving there and back. When I get home, I'm like, you know, I should be the bigger person. Like, I'm not gonna say anything to her, who cares? But the more I think about it, Connie, the more I get upset, because I'm like, you made me drive for an hour and a half to just something that you could have told me over text, and you're an adult, and you're almost 30. Like, well, what's going on here? So I just think back. I'm like, hey, I'm not mad that like you feel upset about me being late those 2 times. I just don't get why you didn't voice your opinion. I don't expect you to message me back. But I do want to let you know Taylor Swift is garbage.
Yes.
You know, right? Like, you're quoting Taylor Swift, and you're, I don't know. It was just a lot. So anyway, all that to say, it's kind of like, I agree with you. Tell me a crazy, that you feel comfortable sharing. Tell me a crazy date story. Or like an experience you've had.
Well, okay, so I don't do blind dates anymore because of my old bosses. They're like, oh, you're like this cute little like single girl. My bosses were husband and wife, so they both set me up with a different employee of theirs. And the one guy I went on a date with, like, he was super cool. We went out to eat. We like hit it off, but he kept talking about his girlfriend that he broke up with that's on her mission.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like she's like the most awesome person ever, blah blah. It was like, I don't need to know about this. Like, you should not be talking about a girl while you're on a date with somebody else.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, like, she came home 2 weeks after we went on that date and they got married. And then the next guy that Colby's like, yeah, I want to set you up with. I asked my boss after I came home from that date, I was like, do you hate me? Because this guy was so weird.
Weird like a cow.
Well, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
And he was living with his parents, like, which I don't care. Because rent is so freaking expensive. Like, so I don't judge people for that. But he says, yeah, I have 12 siblings. Like, my oldest sibling is in his, like, early 40s, and he still lives at my parents' house. And so, like, him and I share our basement. And he has no friends. He's never been on a date before.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, so we went to dinner. Well, first we went to go get gas. Because we were going to go to dinner and then go look at the lights. So we pull into the gas station, and I was like, oh, I think I'm going to go in and get a drink. And so I, like, follow him in there, and he goes to pay with gas, but he pays his gas in rolls of quarters. He only carries around
gas with quarters?
Yes, he carries around sleeves of quarters, and that's how he pays for things. Is he pays coins. And then we went to dinner at Sizzler's.
No, don't say you got the coins. Don't say you got the coins. No, not just Sizzler.
It was so weird. And yeah, like, we're sitting there, and I paid for my drink, and then he's like, oh, I need to get gas. And so I'm like, oh, go ahead. And I stand there, and he's like, yeah, I need to get, like, whatever amount on pump, whatever we were on. She's like, oh, it's gonna be this. And he just starts pulling out quarters. He just starts pulling out these sleeves of quarters.
Yeah.
And the lady was, like, looking at him like he had grown a third head.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just pay with a debit card? And then we went to dinner. And like normally when you go to dinner, like you talk and whatever else. He wouldn't talk. He just sat there and watched me eat my food.
He just sat there and watched you eat the food?
Yeah, like he would eat his food, but he'd just sit there. He wouldn't talk. It's like I tried to make conversation and he wouldn't say anything. And he'd just sit there and watch me. And I was like, I should have just been like, no, I want to go home. Like, take me home. Like, this is a bad idea. So we went to that Luminera at Thanksgiving Point. Have you been to that for Christmas? We went to do that, and the whole time he was like walking behind me like a creeper. Like it looks like he's stalking me.
I've had you.
And he's like, "Oh, can I hold your hand?" And I was like, "No, I don't hold hands on the first date because he just gave me the creeps." So then he's like, when we came home, he's like, "I had so much fun. This is the best date ever. You want to go on another one?" And I was like, "No, sorry. Like, I just don't think this is gonna work." And he goes, "Is it because I'm ugly?" And I wanted to be like, "No, it's because you're weird, dude." But I didn't. I wanted to say because you're weird. I don't want to go on another date.
Yeah. Good shit. Also, good shit on the kills, Angel.
The mission is complete.
But honestly, yeah. That's funny.
And that's what, like, everybody's always like, "Oh, what's like a weird date?" And I'm like, the quarters. The quarter guy.
Yeah, the guy with the sleeves of, quarters that he used to pay for everything. Damn.
Who pays for gas with quarters?
That's crazy. I'll be like, weirdo. I'll be like,
No,
hey,
so I was
bro,
like,
I
should probably go home. So then, like, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, you get a paycheck every 2 weeks. Are you going to the bank and asking them for quarters?
Yeah.
Like, the people at the bank probably have to think you're, like, a crazy person. If you're only taking your paychecks out in coins. I would think you're a crazy person.
Yeah, you'd be like, what's going on with this guy, Especially, could you imagine how the employees probably, look at that guy or talk about him like, oh, here comes this fucking guy again. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing, sir? Oh, you got quotas again? How many you got? You got 5,000? Oh boy. Okay, let's count these out. See how many we're depositing right now.
I know.
Shit. That's funny.
And like, Colby would be like, you know what? He had such a fun date with you. He just likes you so much. He's like, he always talks about you. And I was like, that's creepy. And Colby's like, can I give him your phone number so you guys can work out the details? And I was like, no. So when we planned the date, I made him work through my boss and have my boss tell me what we're doing.
That's funny.
Because I was like, no, I don't know who these people are. But my boss is convinced that the person I was supposed to marry died. Because he said he was going to hook me up with one of his employees that he had. And he got hit by a train. I mean, it was his fault.
What do you mean? You like walking by the train?
No, so like out here in the farm community, like the railroad tracks, not all of them have arms to come down when it indicates that a train's coming. So from what they assumed, he just basically was trying to beat the train.
Yeah. Oh.
And he drives the same truck as my boss, and so we all thought it was my boss. And so my boss's mom and his wife were both working with me when she got the call that somebody got hit by a train. And we were all convinced it was Colby. So then having to sit there, well, both of them are just like hyperventilating on the phone, and people inside and being like, but you guys should probably not do this in front of people.
Yeah, that's sad.
So that's what they told me. That's what they always joke about, that I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life because the guy I was supposed to date died.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the
I don't think
target
you're gonna be
area.
I was like, oh,
I know
it is what it is.
with no social skills, so I'm like, yeah, no, bro, no offense. But you definitely ain't good, you know? Let's just be honest with ourselves at this point. I don't get that vibe from you, and one of the things I'm pretty good at reading. And if you want that person, I would tell you like outright, like, yeah, you're probably gonna stay single. But no, with you, I don't think that's the case. I think maybe it's just finding somebody who's obviously gonna be worth your time, isn't gonna do some like, you know, quarters to pay for everything. And also just somebody who's able to be what they talk about. Appreciate it every day. Oh my, I hate when I get shotgun like super close, because I'm like, I should have killed that person. It's almost like a quick draw.
Yeah.
Target area updated.
Ah!
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
I don't know. Dating's a hard spot, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no winning sometimes when it comes to dating.
Releasing breacher drone.
What do you look for?
Secure the area.
Well, no matter what, I always end up finding the douchebags.
When you say
My type.
douchebag, that's that's an abstract statement, right? Because what's one person calls a douchebag, another person might not call it douchebag. So what do you mean when you say douchebag?
Stand by.
See, like, my type is like military guys, cowboys. It just happens that all the ones that I found are just kind of assholes. Like the last guy I dated, he used to be a Marine. So it was something we could bond over because most of my friends are in the Marines. And he has 2 kids, like, things were great. And then, come to find out, he's like, you know what, I don't want to see you anymore. And I was like, oh, like, that's okay. And he goes, oh, you didn't do anything wrong. I just like my ex-girlfriend more.
Oh my gosh.
Or, I end up dating people who have kids, and then I get treated like freaking garbage.
By the kid or the person you're like dating?
No, the person I'm dating. Wow. So they're like, my kid shouldn't like you better than me. I'm the parent, you're not.
What the hell?
I'm
that's
like,
not
I'm
them, by the way.
to...
That's their issue. That has nothing to do with you. Just so you know.
And the last guy I dated that had kids, besides the Marine, his ex-wife or whatever, they had broken up, so he had started to date again. And he would come over, like, I'd help him with his little girl because he didn't really understand what he was doing. Like, we'd just make the day out of it. Well, his ex-wife found me on Facebook, and she's like, hey, Garrett's not being honest with you. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like, he told me you're crazy. I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. And she's like, oh no, like, he slept over at my house yesterday. He's been sleeping at my house and sleeping with me since you guys started dating, and I'm pregnant.
No, whoa, whoa. Back that up. What happened?
Releasing breacher drone.
So, he was, like, he'd come down to see me. He'd bring Blakely, like, we'd hang out. And then he's like, yeah, I gotta go home because I have work in the morning. And it's like, yeah, like, that's totally understandable. He'd go home. Well, I didn't know that he was, instead of going home, he was going back to his ex-wife's house. Because apparently they never stopped living together. And then they decided, oh, like, we're not together, but we can still, like, fool around. And then she got pregnant. And then when I confronted him about it, he's like, no, you know she's crazy.
And I was like, how did you find out?
Because she told me.
Oh, shit.
And she's like, it's just not fair to you if, like, you're helping raise Blakely and then all this happens. So he's like, no, she's crazy. I was like, fine, then I want you to share your location with me.
Yeah.
So I know where you go when you leave after seeing me, and he's like, no, you're being insecure, and I was like, no, because I'm right.
And like, why would it matter if you share your location though? Like, in that sense, like it's different in some circumstances, but anyway. So okay, so what happened after that?
So we got a big fight about it, because he's like, no, you're being insecure, like, this is stupid. And I was like, no, I think I'm probably right in this scenario. I'm trying to protect myself. He's like, fine. So he shared his location with me, and then she's like, oh, well, he's over here again.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, is he? So I'd call him. And I'd be like, hey, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'm at home. I was like, you're at home, right? Like, yeah, I'm just watching dinner. And I was like, well, how's Bailey? He's like, what? I was like, yeah, how's Bailey? She just sent me a picture of you sitting on her couch.
Oh!
And he's like, he's like, you're a psycho if you're talking to my ex-wife and you're working behind my back and blah blah. And I was like, I don't give a shit, dude.
No way.
She can have you. And then they ended up getting married again. And I thought, you two are perfect for each other.
That is not. First of all, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Like, I hate shit like that because it gives like people like, I guess now me, like with a kid like a bad name. Like, if somebody says they're done, like they should be done, and if they even have any sort of like feelings like that, they should be very open with the person that that they're with about it. There should be no going behind anybody's back. You should just be honest. Like, it sucks because you're not the first person to tell me to have an experience like that, and it's just kind of like.
But you know, it's not all of them aren't like that.
Yeah.
You just have to wean out the bad ones.
Yeah. Oh, that's just.
But see, now I'm paranoid of dating because my friends are dating because they're in college right now, and so she's like, "Hey, look at this app or look at this page I'm on Facebook." And it's, are we dating the same guy? And so now I'm like, there's so many posts about girls talking about these guys. I'm like, why the hell would I ever want to date anybody in this state anymore?
Yeah, yeah, I've heard stories. Obviously there's good ones, yeah, it's not all gloom and doom, and I just think to myself, I'm like, fuck, when it comes down to it, what route am I gonna take? They all sound like they have their own challenges, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Oh my gosh. But, yeah. No, it sucks that, I don't know, that story just makes me kind of upset in particular, to be honest, just because it's like, the dude could have literally averted any of this with when, like, you called him out the first, because, hey, you know what, I'm gonna be realistic, like, guys, everybody lies to a certain extent, guys lie, people get caught up in that, whatever, you know, it's not right, I'm not excusing it, but, like,
I didn't hear you that
it happens, okay, but, like, once you called him out on it the first time, any dude with common sense would have been like, oh, she got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, my ex called her. She has that proof. Let me just, you know, if I still have any feelings for the other person, this is my time to speak on it. This is my time to be honest and just let her know and not try to gaslight her, which is what he ended up doing. Was saying, well, you want to, you know, that's what psychos do, whatever he was talking about. Because obviously that was his defense mechanism to try and gaslight you into thinking that you're wrong. Where he should have just admitted to shit and just been like, you know what, I'm fucking caught. You know what I'm saying? Let me be honest, and if I still do have feelings for the other person, let me, you know, since I respect you as a person as well, I'm gonna let you know what's going on so that you're not blindsided, so that you could proceed however you want to proceed. But no, he didn't. But hopefully, at least I know, with, you know, you having that knowledge now, you know, in the future, you will end up in the same scenario or the same situation. At least you'll be able to pick it out a little bit more easier.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well, and I think it's gonna be hard no matter what.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I don't feel like people treat others with respect anymore. I feel like that, like, respect went out the window with dating.
And
are we playing the stupid gun, the gun swap game?
I think it might be. I actually just noticed that. Because I was like, oh, I had a pistol. Then it...
The last target was
yeah, I'm freaking stuck with like a 9mm.
That's on me. I should have got this out of rotation. I forgot to get this out.
Oh no, I don't mind it. But I was like, am I like losing my shit? Am I?
Yeah, especially because we just went from multiplayer to this. Yeah, no, you're not losing your shit.
This is the one where I rage.
The gun game is the one you rage at. Yeah.
I'm never gonna get rid of this gun.
What do you mean? When the last time you used a knife? Never. That's the...
Like, what freaking damage can a pistol do? I did it!
You did it! Hey, don't doubt yourself.
You just have to bitch enough for it to happen.
Real quick, can you tell Carter unblock me?
Vida, why don't you let him in?
I died!
I can! He blocked me!
Oh, thank goodness. Cause I feel like the old gun swap game, or whatever this game's called, when you died, you went back to the very beginning. And you had to start all over again with the first gun.
Oh, I hate that. So, oh, a sniper? Ooh.
This is an odd map.
Oh, wait.
I'm back at the pistol. Right.
Well, you had to buy.
Oh, I should have killed that guy way more easier.
Oh, you could buy that?
Ah, hallelujah.
Connie, I have a question for you. I should ask
yes.
2 questions for you. But before I ask you the question, I want to ask you. Do you know what the Illuminati is?
Do I know the Illuminati?
Yeah, like with the concept of the Illuminati.
Oh, hell
like
no,
who they
not.
are, what they do.
Like, very vaguely.
Very vaguely. Okay. The reason, because somebody asked me this question, and I didn't know how to answer it. So I want to just ask somebody else, and I want to get their answer. But if you just graduated high school and you had 2 options, which one of these 2 options would you choose? Would you go to a 4-year college, or would you do a 1-year paid internship with the Illuminati?
4 years to college.
4 years of college? I agree. No, honestly, I said the same thing too, because I was like, that just seems to make more sense. Because I guess this person was trying to tell me about, you know, with the Illuminati, like, it's the most elite, most powerful people in the world, that if you're able to, like, network correctly, you could turn that paid internship into, like, you know, where after you finish the internship, you get a job anywhere, right? Because assuming these people in the Illuminati are rich and powerful and shit. So I was like, okay, I could see that, I guess. Again, if you know, but with Illuminati, obviously you have like certain shit that comes with that too. At least as far as I know, like blood sacrifices and all that shit. I'm like, are you really willing to, you know, like even if you're a network expert, like, are you really willing to network if it comes to some of the shit? So
yeah.
Anyways, you have the right answer. What's up?
I'm reading this book right now. That she's like, none of this is based off QAnon or anything like that, but she talks about like government officials like performing children sacrifices.
Yeah, shit like that. I'm like, yeah, no.
So I'm like, the Illuminati and like Scientology scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
So I want to stay far away from that stuff.
I agree. I remember this one time I went to California. And I was walking around one of the Scientologist things, and yeah, they were like, hey, come in, you know? Because at first I'm like, no. But then I was just like, let me see for myself. Just to see, like, you know? Because I walked in, and all the stories are true. Like, they literally try to hold you in there for like 30 minutes. You could even be like, hey, I actually have an appointment or something like that. I just came in to see what's up. No, but you know, check this out. Or they'll ask you another question like, hey, what do you think about... what religion do you belong to, blah blah blah, and this and that. Then all of a sudden they'll give you this whole spiel, tell you how they know the secrets of the universe and how their religion is the right religion, but then they always ended up with, hey, we also have this booklet that pretty much, you know, contains everything about us and answers to every single question that you've ever had. And some people get upset at this, but it's you know, you gotta understand, these are all the secrets of the universe. And they could be yours. So this book is $500. We could either do that now or we could do small installments. And I'm like, you guys have me in here for 30 minutes. I can't leave. You're doing whatever. And it all culminates to you guys trying to sell me this $500 book that's supposed to have all the answers to the universe. And then as soon as I get the book, that's not it. If I want to continue to learn more, whatever, I then have to obviously convert to your, in my opinion, your fake religion, which is Scientology, and then I have to give even more money, because that's why you guys recruit all the celebrities and the superstars, because, you could give them all this mumbo-jumbo BS and then gouge them for their money. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, yeah, I get it. Anybody has their opinion on, certain religions, whatever. Like, they can also make the same claim to the religion I belong to, but at least I could say very boldly and with like no doubt in my heart that I know I am not flipping getting gouged like whatever the hell is going on here. Because again, I've only been talking to you guys for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And you went from telling me about a religion to trying to sell me some sort of book. Like, what the? For $500 of all things. I'm like, at least if you're gonna charge me, make it at a reasonable price. Like, be like, hey, the book is like $30, and yeah, or like it's gonna be a small donation or something. At least I'll have a little bit more respect. But yeah, so everything you've heard about Scientology, it's true. Like, it literally is a religion that is just full of itself, and unfortunately they take advantage of good people who either are going through a hard time or they want to, find some sort of answers to some questions they've been having, and
releasing breacher drone.
they then, price gouge. Because especially if you're like are rich or have money, come right in, sit right down,
Yeah.
But the track didn't look so
Yeah, I'm the same shit. Any of those like stupid organizations, like like the ones you mentioned. Yeah. The world would be a better place without them, honestly.
I agree. I don't know, I think the world's pretty evil.
Overall, in general?
Well, I mean, like, no, like, but like, I don't know. I feel like people don't really care to find goodness. It's whatever they can benefit for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, the world's full of bad people, but I think there's definitely people that take advantage of the bad.
There's a lot of people willing to take advantage of good people. And unfortunately, it seems like nowadays the amount of people who are, because there's always been some sort of balance, because those people have always been there since the beginning of time. But I feel like the balance has shifted to where now there's a lot more people, bad people, who want to take advantage of good people. And that should never be the case, because it should always, good people, I believe, will always triumph in the end. People who have a good heart and who do well, and even if they make mistakes, that they, they're able to, like their heart's in the right place, will always triumph over people who want to misuse and hurt people and take advantage of people. And I feel like we're gonna see the worst before we see the good. We're gonna see things turn to craziness and madness, but then everything is gonna come back around. People are gonna realize what it is. Kind of going back to what I said earlier. What's most important, which is justice.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that I talk to my mom a lot about. Because I'm like, the world is so evil, and it's supposed to get worse. Like, that's like a terrifying thought for me.
Releasing breacher drone.
Securing objective Bravo.
Like, I wouldn't think it would get any worse than this, but it's like every day I wake up and there's more shit.
Get them. Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Enemies taking Alpha.
You pretty optimistic in nature? Or you?
I try to be. I try to give everything the benefit of the doubt, but
Alpha is compromised.
I feel like sometimes it's really hard to do it.
Securing objective Charlie. Enemies securing Bravo. Our counter UAV.
People are kicking my butt.
Everybody wants to get this over.
And it's like everybody wants one or the other.
The enemy holds contact. Secure those. We're taking Charlie.
Get these points.
Releasing creature drone.
Oh yeah, hopefully I mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
Oh yeah.
Why people in the military? Why do you think the fascination is?
My dad used to be in the military, so I come from a military family.
Securing Bravo.
So I think I just more go towards
Releasing creature drone.
maybe kind of been through the same thing I have.
Securing objective Bravo.
I don't know, plus I have a thing for like I didn't have to, more so because my dad got out pretty early in my life. But like growing up, all of my friends, like I never had friends that stayed in one place very long. Because they always had to move. So I've kind of gotten used to like I make friends really fast, and sometimes I just never see them again.
Shoot your eyes. Under fire.
Which sucks, but that's kind of the way of life.
Enemies securing Bravo.
Good
We
job.
control 2 objectives.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense.
Securing objective Alpha. Enemies taking
My life is crazy and all over the place.
hold all objectives.
I feel like
I just
everybody's
live in
doing-
the, you know, just live in the chaos.
We're losing Alpha. Friendly UAV online.
Not all that bad.
No, some days it's good.
Get it back.
Good chaos is good.
Releasing creature drone.
Yeah,
Changing back.
chaos is chaos. It's never gonna go away.
True. It's just chaos.
I just learned to live with it.
Yeah.
Because
That's
life will
what
never be
someone should
perfect.
go into. They should try to go into like some sort of like pharmaceutical line, you know, help people, you know, going through shit, or like, you know, be like, hey, this is Sunrun. We heard that you've had to deal with us in one way or another. If you're an employee, you had to deal with some shit. If you're a customer, you've also had to deal with some shit. What we're doing is we're going to give everybody unlimited access. We're going to give everybody unlimited access to be able to vent how they want for a whole day. Like, I wish they'd give us a day where we could get all the higher ups in like a you know, like a meeting without, you know, make them all sign, you know, certain things like, hey, whatever is shared here is strictly, you know, people expressing themselves, and they can't be fired. Like, there's no retaliation. Like, that is enforced. And then this let all of us get to be like, hey,
Releasing breacher
this is
drone.
what I truly think, you know, without them having to worry, like, oh, even if I say this, I can't, you know, say to this extent, because then I'm going to be deemed as somebody who's unappreciative or whatever. No, it's like, no, I'm expressing how I feel, and it's important, and this is constructive criticism, depending on how they take it, which they should take it well, because that's what matters, and boom! And watch, if they ever did that, even if it was just like for 1 hour or for one meeting, where they just literally like, oh, just shut up and just let us, you know, take the floor and let all of us speak our mind and, you know, let's share our experiences with them.
We're losing Charlie.
I think that would help make a difference. Even if they don't act upon some of the things that, you know, they say they will out of that meeting, the fact that they even took the time to give us that room to be able to express ourselves,
Laser the
that
crack.
means a lot. You know? Like,
Fantastic.
The enemy
it does. But then people feel hurt, and there's nothing better than when somebody feels like, hey, you know, I felt like what I said or what I'm going through, like the company I work for, don't just talk about it when it comes to like taking what I have to say into consideration and it being important to them. They actually prove it through their actions and what they do. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Maybe that's one of the things of like, it might happen, but it might be, you know, maybe during the end of days. Maybe that's how we're gonna know. That's gonna be the first sign, Connie, of the end of days. It's like, hey, you're just gonna have one day. They're gonna be like, hey guys, mass email, boom, surprise meeting. We're gonna do all these things I just talked about. That's when I'll probably message you like, hey Connie, it's that time.
Oh no.
It's the second coming.
That'd be so freaky.
Oh man. But no, I'm optimistic by nature. I believe in, sometimes I'm too optimistic and it's bit me in the butt a few times, but I'd rather be optimistic and try to see the good in people and the good even in bad situations than not see the good, because I feel like I don't want to walk around, I don't know, I don't want to let it affect how I view people or how I view certain situations, because also certain situations that at the time I viewed as like, oh, this is crazy or bad or whatever, have also turned out sometimes to be the best thing for me, right? So I just try, at this point where I'm like 30 years old now, I try to have an impartial view as much as possible. And even though I have my opinion, I also understand, hey, this is also my opinion, you know, at the end of the day, some new information could be presented to me to where it's like, oh, okay, not that my point of view was wrong, but that maybe I didn't have the full details, and now that I do, I can make a more educated decision. And I feel like the world would be a better place if people kind of move like that, but I don't know, maybe it comes with age, because I feel like when I was in my early 20s, or even some points in my mid-20s, like, what I know now I didn't know then, so that's what I also try to say too. But then I also have to think about it too, kind of like, I'm 30 years old. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm like, because how old are you?
I will be 27 this year, so I'm 26.
Okay.
Infected.
It's one of those
One of
things
your
to where
squad is
it's like,
infected.
it's
Control the
honestly a
spread.
good thing. I have a lot of, not friends, I have people I know, but I feel like, I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people who would rather live a long life. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel the same, or do you feel kind of like, it is what it is? And there is no right or wrong answer, by the way. That's just me asking you a question.
No, I mean, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Realize at the end of the day, like, we're just people. Nobody's ever gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
And me assuming that everybody's gonna be better than me doesn't benefit anybody.
On your six.
You done yet, Tia?
Did you get a shotgun too?
Say that one more time?
Did you get a shotgun?
Yes!
Okay.
Oh no, this is infected. I was like, is this gun whatever? No, okay, so this is where if we die, we turn into zombies.
Are you done?
I was like, I'm pretty sure this gun run out of rotation, but we gotta take this one out.
I died. Rip. You freaking threw a grenade at me.
I don't, but I forgot to take it out of rotation. Hey, Angel is helping us win some dope games right now.
Sweet. No, this will probably have to be my last game.
You gotta get off?
Yeah. I gotta get up way too early.
You do? Okay. Well, we should play again some other day when you're available.
Yeah. No. I don't ever get a I used to play this game all the time, but then I was like, I learned that I'm not a people person after work. So I'm like, this is not gonna benefit me.
Yeah.
Are you infected too?
Yeah, I'm infected. I'm going around killing people. You're a zombie too, right?
Yeah.
Well, that means we win, because if zombies win, yeah, we win.
I was
so our
fast
last
too.
game,
Mission is complete.
we got a victory.
Good work.
We did it.
And yeah, you should get on more often. I like talking to you, Connie. Plus, it's good to have somebody else to play video games with. That always helps.
I know. Be able to chill out, talk shit about.
I was gonna say, and you could always vent to me, so then you don't have to worry about it. Just like, yeah, he knows exactly what I'm going through.
I know, and I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic and realize that Sarah is how she is, and nothing's ever gonna change. But damn, sometimes I'm on the verge. Being on her team, I would rather quit than have to be dealing with her every day.
No, Sarah's a handful. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it or act like she's not. No, Sarah is for sure a handful. What I would say though is that, like, one thing I gotta give Sarah is that she knows how to pick people that are really great at doing specific things. And I feel like with you in particular, she picked you out because she could see, hey, this is a person where I fell at as a supervisor, what I can do, which is rally the team, provide that authentic interaction with the teammates, because everybody knows talking to Sarah, especially in one-on-ones, is kind of daunting, to say the least. I feel like all these things she's incapable of doing, she sees in you. Hence why she hired you, because she's like, Honey's personable, people like her, she knows how to brighten people's moods, she's a great person. And I think with that in mind, especially since you were still on her team after the reorg, she might have those days where she's, I don't know, a pain in the ass. But I think she truly does value you when it all comes down. And I know that she speaks highly of you, I could imagine. And we all like you. Like, obviously me, Laura, like, if there ever is a day, with that being said though, if there ever is a day that you're able to come over to our team, we'll fucking love it, because we could use more of that. And plus, it's like, you'd be able to work with Noemi, and yeah, so whenever the next reorg happens, I'm gonna be like, hey Dan, I know somebody great that you should have on our team that would be able to do all these awesome things and try to get you over here.
Do you want experts?
I know, because Noemi messaged me because she was having a really hard time with Matt. And I think it's just because he doesn't know LA.
Yeah.
And I think him and Rick butt heads.
The low one?
So she's like, I just need your help. I need to know what you think, blah, blah, blah. So I just sent her a big list of stuff.
Oh my God.
And she goes, I just think we need to hire another dispatcher. And I was like, Noemi, I want to come back.
Yeah.
So if you can find out a way to let me come back, I would come back in a heartbeat.
Holy.
And she goes, well, I just don't want to deal with the drama with taking you from another team because I know there's going to be drama. And I was like, but Noemi, save me.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, we could use a dispatcher like you, because none of the dispatchers really know how to speak to Noemi. Like, and the fact that you do, like, especially from a case manager standpoint, you'd be like one of our greatest assets. Because I don't, again, really speak with her, but the times that I need to get her involved, it would be so awesome if there's somebody who she's used to talking to that's able to like help convey that if need be. So yeah, next time there isn't an opening or there's a shift, I mean, I'm definitely gonna put your name in the hat, because I think you'd be great, and plus you've already had that experience of dealing with that area, and you're pretty good with the DSM, so that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I want to come back. I miss LA. I miss the chaos.
But you have South Coast, you know?
I don't like South Coast. I would get rid of it in a heartbeat.
I would
You
jump
can have it back.
No, I don't. I do not miss being over that. I had so much anxiety over South. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, every single time I think about South Coast, just the anxiety of just having to be over that area and the accountability, because at times I was the only case manager over that area. It was just like every single time, because it would be in those, like, you know, meetings that Sarah has, and she'll be like, Orange County's doing great, you know, we're seeing everything go up. This county, oh, we're doing great, the webpage is going, you know, down, and we're doing great. And then all of a sudden South Coast is, you know, like, here comes, you know, the bad news. Oh, our webpage has more than doubled, and we're dealing with this and that, and, you know, oh, I thought we got it down. Nope, it's right back up. And so it was just a constant thing that I'm just like, there's no winning in this area. Even if I close out 1,000 cases or 2,000 cases, or however many cases I need to, it's just a never-ending cycle. Like, you might see it maybe go down for a little bit of time, but it's always going to shoot back up. And according to Sarah, she knows, and this is right out of her mouth, that that's how it is pretty much always going to be with that area. Like, it's always going to need the most attention. And I'm just like, I don't like feeling like I'm in like a hamster wheel, you know? Like, I get it.
What?
It's good because we have work, job security. I'm not, you know, trying to push that to the side. But what I'm trying to say is, like, how much in an area can you put so much effort, at least from a case manager standpoint?
You want this because you don't want to give Lester the law
work
money.
Overtime, do all these things to try and, like, do some sort of good before you just like,
this is so bad.
No matter how much I put
loadout
into
is
this.
so bad.
This area, it's not even me at this point, it's above me, it's just this area
I'm just saying, I never seen
it's always going to be this way, and I may get it down 1 month, but it's going to go right back up. And so I was very candid with Sarah
you want to do
at times, and I was just like,
hard one?
I would not mind if you moved me to, like, I was like, I don't mind being on your team, but like, if you move me maybe to Orange County, and then, you know, because I think for a while I saw Laura and Mitchell kind of like interact pretty well. I was like, you could even have Laura, you know, come over here. I just don't like South Coast, because it's like, I should always be like, no, you're great, we need you, blah, blah, blah. But all that, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is,
the orange and white one?
I know exactly where you're coming from, especially feeling how you feel in that specific area. But I feel like
I didn't got that.
You and Michaela, like, and I'm probably digging to it.
Don't worry, I want to do.
I think you guys are great for that area. And if there's anybody that I could imagine, like, hey, after I left that area, who could actually help manage shit and get numbers where they need to be, it's you guys. So I hope you stick around for the long run, because I feel like the company is better because you're there, honestly. I think you have a lot to offer, and I think you are amazing. But I'm also biased because I think you're cool. But that's just my... Yeah.
That's what I told Sarah. I was like, this was a shit show when I got it. And she's like, well, just do what you can. And I was like, I'm only one person. Like, I cannot do this all by myself. So then when I got Elvira, I trained her the way I wanted her to be. I made sure she got her shit done. And we have busted ass.
Yes.
We have 130 cases. That's all we have that needs to be scheduled.
Oh my god.
And we've just been going, we've been breaching cases, we've been scheduling like crazy. So, I told Sarah, I was like, we're gonna run out of work to do.
Respect.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, shit like that is where I'm just like, yep. It makes me have faith, honestly, in that area. Just things turning around for the better, and yeah.
It's gonna be a battle though, because I don't feel like some of those techs want to do anything.
Yeah.
They don't have.
Hey,
they don't have the.
Carter, guess what?
The capability or whatever.
Carter.
To make sure it gets done.
But if there's anybody who's gonna be on it and gonna help
I ate my dinner. I came back.
whole thing going on over at South Coast, you know, take a turn for the better. I think it's you. Because sometimes I'm still part of that, what's it called? That chat, that Ventura chat. So sometimes I see, you know, when I have a little bit of downtime, I'm like, oh, what's kind of going on here?
Come
you know?
on.
And I see you in there just like on it, like with cases and getting things moving. And I'm just like, oh shit, like hell yeah. You know? And so I think that's good though, is because it shows me that, okay, from a case manager point of view, things are moving. And from a dispatcher point of view, things are moving. So obviously shit's getting done here. And that's good. Obviously, there's going to be roadblocks, especially in South Coast. But as long as you guys keep at it the way you have been, I don't think, you know, I don't think it's ever going to be a problem.
Cough, digging and Dylan. Cough, cough.
Yeah, freaking that car messed us up, man.
Yeah, they need to.
Those are my roadblocks.
Those are your roadblocks? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That thing. If you find out, and it's not even for anything in particular, I still can't wrap my mind around why they're not having him do as much as it should be. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, when you tell me that, I'm like, I don't know the train of thought going into that, but if you find out, you share with me. Let me know.
I will, because something's got to give.
Hopefully it's not you. Hopefully it's digging. Kidding, but not really. Kidding, not kidding.
You know how it is.
But yeah, no, if you're ever on, let me know.
Okay, I will.
Right.
Thanks for letting me hang out with you tonight.
Of course. Yeah, hang out with me more often.
Okay.
Alright.
And then if you ever need anything, let me know.
Oh, for sure. No, I appreciate you, Connie. And you have a good night.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Katha, you finally joined, man!